don't kick me in the nuts just yet, y'all. Like, don't be too bad on me, for struggle streaming and shit. But yeah, just stick with me, man. Let me tell y'all this shit.
Welcome to a day in my life as a Twitter employee. So this past week went to myself for the first time at a Twitter office, badged in. Honestly, took a moment to just soak everything in what a lesson. Also started my morning off with a nice matcha from the fridge. Then I had a meeting, so quickly scheduled one of these little pod rooms, which were so cool. They're literally noise canceling. Took my meeting, got ready for lunch. Look how delicious this food was. Oh my goodness, I was so overwhelmed. Then made my way down to this log cabin area. I don't know what this is, but it was really cool. Had some free small with your friends to kind of unwind a bit. Also found this really cool meditation room that I thought was super neat. I didn't do any yoga, but they have this yoga room if you were a yogi, so also thought that was really cool. Had a couple more readings in the afternoon.
All right, okay, I'll let that bullshit play down. Now let me delete the tab. Let me delete that tab. All right, so now we're gonna let the Patrick Bet David play. But before I let it play, let me regurgitate all the BS that I was saying earlier, right? Before I found out that I was struggle streaming. But yeah, so here's the thing, bro. Anything that strengthens a man, bro, that's what you're supposed to be doing, man. You know what I mean? Like women, like I said, they pay attention to details, like they're more on point. That's why women is good at like folding clothes and doing laundry and cooking food and things like that, because those type of activities require focus and you know what I mean, and patience and all that. So women thrive on that. But as far as like doing anything like physical activity, that's what you're supposed to be doing as a man, bro. And like if you want to have a desk job where you just sitting down all day fucking doing some secretarial type of work, then that's fine, bro. But at least 2 or maybe 3 hours out the day, you're supposed to be doing some type of physical activity. Like I said, whether that's bike riding, mountain climbing, exercising at the gym, you know what I mean? Just any type of physical activity you can think of, just do that, bro. And it don't even have to be every day, at least four times out the week, bro. Because if you don't have no type of physical activity, if you're not doing anything physical, bro, you're just gonna become weak and soft. You feel me? Like, bro, me personally, bro, y'all might agree with me, y'all might not agree with me, but honestly, I would rather be a super fit, lean, shredded dude, you know what I mean, with a high self-esteem, than to be a 300-pound, 320-pound fat dude, you know what I mean, with a lot of money. That's just me. I would rather be the broke pookie nigga that's in shape than to be a fat nigga with a lot of money. Now, y'all may agree with me, y'all may not agree with me. That's my position on that. I'm going to open the panel up, and y'all can debate me on that if y'all want to. But, yeah, that's just my opinion on that. So, yeah, bro, anything that strengthens you, you should definitely be doing that, bro. So, yeah. Doing no damn working at X, I think it's called X now, but Twitter, sitting down, I just can't picture myself doing it. I've never done it. I can't picture myself doing no job like that, bro. But yeah, let's continue to the next video.
It's for impact, whether you're going to like it or not. Wait till the end. If you do get value out of this, and you say this is kind of a good... Men live a harder life than women, and I got data here to show you. Now, obviously, this upsets a lot of different people saying, Pat, how could you say something like that? Blanket statement, men live a harder life than women? Yes. Praise for impact, whether you're going to like it or not. Wait till the end. If you do get value out of this, and you say this is kind of a good point he's making, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If not, go watch a different video. Okay, so let's get right into it. So based on a research done, DNA research by Dr. Baumeister, he explains that in today's human population is descended from twice as many women as men. Now, what does this mean? In the history of mankind, 80% of women have reproduced and have had kids. Only 40% of men have ever reproduced. So 80% women, 40% men. What does this mean?
I hate to have to wear these headphones, bro. It's like the type of microphone I got, I have to have headphones in or the audio won't play. So probably next week I might switch to a different, to my other microphone I was using before, now that I done fixed my audio problems. But yeah, but this is gonna be the last stream y'all might see me using this unless I'm doing like a video or something. But yeah.
That means 4 out of 5 women reproduce, only 2 out of 5 men reproduce. Now, why is this? So when we were looking at this thing here, we said, let's look at data. Let's look at some of the stuff that we have access to right now. It could be Tinder. And then let's look at what women look for in men in a short-term relationship and what women look for in men in long-term relationship. And then you get to make a decision for yourself on how to increase your market value. So according to Tinder, this is what you get on how many women swipe right versus how many men swipe right. If you've never been on Tinder, like I've never been on Tinder, swiping right means you're interested in this person. Swiping left is, I don't have any interest. When it comes down to men swipe right 53% of the time. That means they're interested. 47% of the time they say, nope, I'm not interested.
Honestly, I think it's even higher. He said 53. I think it's more like 67 or I say anywhere between 50% and 60 or 6. I say anywhere between 50 to 70% do swipe right. So yeah.
However, for women, you ready? Ladies, this is you now. Okay, this represents your number according to Tinder. You ready? Women only swipe right 5% of the time. 95% of the time, you say, I am not interested, swipe left. A rejection to the man. So if you're a guy watching this and saying, Pat, I'm on these dating apps, and I got to tell you, this absolutely sucks because I'm trying.
And here's the thing. I don't really even, hold on, let me see something. Okay, cool. See, hold on. Let me read the comments right quick. All right, we got Ronan, salute. For sure, true. For sure, Ronan, man, salute to you, bro. Anybody that's watching, bro, I fuck with y'all, man, for sure. Let me see what you said. It's a standard headset mic combo as a podcast unless you don't have the studio inserts. Yeah, I got another microphone that I use, the other one I had, but only reason why I stopped using it because I thought I broke it or whatever, so I just stowed it away. But now that I know it was my computer, it was the StreamYard issue, I'm going to start back using that one. I'm going to still use this one for, like, videos and stuff like that. But, yeah, let me see. We got Norman Hemfield. Women do have it easier than men because women have more options to date on dating sites than men. That's a fact. And not even – and I hate to say this because I'm 1,000% sure y'all already know this. But like y'all probably see the previous video, women also have it easier in the workforce too. So y'all, I showed an example in the last video I showed. It was like a 1 minute short. I think Tony seen it, but yeah, just women have it easier in every type of facet of life, like all aspects of life. Women have it easier, bro. So yeah, I actually could have ended the video with the last video I showed y'all. I could have ended this live stream with the last video, but we're going to keep this shit moving. So, yeah, let's go.
Trying to get a relationship. Well, let me give you some more bad news before we go tell you how to measure short-term and long-term value. We found this chart showing in the attractiveness of how attractive you are in the women category. Like, are you in the 80 percentile, 10 percentile, 90 percentile?
Yeah, my fault for stopping it again, but it was something I wanted to say before I seen Ronan's comment. So let me take the headphones off. I don't use dating apps. I've had success off dating apps, but I don't even use dating apps because me personally, I just had a lot of negative experiences on dating apps. So just to avoid all the negativity I've gone through dating, I just don't even use them, bro. I've been banned. I'm banned off Tinder. I've been catfished on Tinder. I've been catfished. Well, not necessarily on Facebook dating, but I've been used and abused on these dating apps. Now, don't get me wrong. I've come across some attractive chicks on the dating apps. You know what I mean? Y'all want to see receipts of that? Just let me know in the comment. But I've had success, but at the same time, It's just too much headache, bro. I don't want to deal with it. I just want to know who I'm dealing with. I don't want to have to use, I don't want to have to use more game than I need to, bro. You feel me? I just want it to be just cut and dry. You feel me? But yeah, I didn't mean to stop it. I'm gonna go ahead and let it play.
How many men are still interested in a woman that's this percentile of attractiveness? So it's a little bit of a crazy chart, but I'm going to put it up and we'll go through this together. So here's what it is. If you look at the chart, you see the female advantage to male advantage, right? On the left, it says male attractiveness.
Let me read the comments right quick. Happy weekend, gentlemen. Gents. You said gents. I ain't heard that word in a minute. What's good, Megatron, bro? What's up with you, bro? We got Ronin Travelers. I have never used a dating app since Black. Oh, that's funny, bro. I think when I use I've never used Black Planet, but I think Black Planet was out when I was in like high school, bro. And like right around MySpace and around that time when I was in high school, I remember Black Planet then. But this man said he never used dating apps. That's good for you, Ronin, bro. You dodged the bullet, bro. I'm telling you. Dating apps around 2016, 2017, bro. You was most of the times like dudes were getting finessed, bro, because it wasn't a verification feature, bro. So you didn't know who the fuck you was talking to. So you actually dodged the bullet on that one, bro. You say I have been on Bumble and most of the women on there will pick. Hold on, let me turn it sideways. You said I have been on Bumble and most of the women on there will pick you are not serious on there. No, man, they just want a quick fling. It's all it is, like some one night stand type shit. Those have been my experiences on dating apps. That's why I say I don't really even go on dates. It's dating apps, but I bullshit y'all not. Right hand to the Most High, He can strike me down the hill right now. I've had sex with over like, and I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just being honest. I'm being real with y'all. I've had sex with about 40 chicks on dating apps, and I only went on a date with like 2 of those chicks, bro. I'm not even bullshit. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of them was like 5s and 6s. You know what I mean? I've smashed a couple of like 8s and 9s, maybe like 2 or 3 of like 8s, 9s, and 10s. But most of them was like 6s and 7s, bro. Not gonna say most of them. I say most of them was between like a 6 or a 7. You feel me? But yeah, and I ain't have to go on no dates. I don't have to go on dates with the chicks that I find that's really attractive. They be wanting to go on dates. So I'm like, I'm not doing this shit. You feel me? Or if chicks I meet in person, I take them out on a date, as far as that. But on date now, I don't take chicks on no dates. But I know y'all don't want to hear me talk shit, bro. Let me just go and continue with this.
Percentile, right? On the bottom, it says female attractiveness percentile. So let's look at the left. If you are in the top 20% of male attractiveness, you have only available to you roughly 20% of women that you can compete for, okay? Now, for women, if you're in the bottom 20% of attractiveness, you still have access to 80% of men that would be interested in you. Of course, if you're in 100%, it's 100%. Okay, you're the best looking guy. You're like a Brad Pitt or you're a Rachel McAdams. Everybody is interested. You're at the 100 percentile, right? So if you look at this, it's quite depressing.
I'm gonna pause it. I hate how people, and I don't know, people attach. I don't like when people attach prestige and fame to how you look, bro. Now, you can use that to make yourself look better. I guess you can use money to make yourself look better, but I don't like to attach prestige and, in a person's class, right? They like high class individual. I don't like to attach that to how a person is born, how they look, right? You feel me? Like if I see a woman and I find her I see Beyonce and some of the chicks I used to talk to is like the same chick, bro. The only thing is Beyonce is just a well-known person. That's it. You feel me? So, like a woman's beauty, in my opinion, I don't even know how to word it. Like I don't see it really no different than like the average woman. Like all women are the same. I ain't gonna say all women are the same, but a woman's beauty is all the same to me. It's not defined as like her being like a high class individual, like her having like a lot of fame and prestige. No, either you attractive to me or you're not. And that's the bottom line. I don't give a fuck about how famous you are, but yeah.
Because if you're in the bottom 20% of men in attractiveness, if you look how small that is, you're only dealing with 2 to 3% of women. That means 1 in every 50 women, that's your pool. on who to choose from. So you may watch this and say, Pat, is this supposed to be a Motivation Monday video? There's nothing motivational about this. I totally get it. But you're either going to watch this and you're going to say, screw these stats, I'm going to go have some more chips and cheesecake and quit my job and sit here and play video games all day. Or you're going to say, I better get my act together. So what are women looking for short term and what are women looking for long term? Let's look at the data. Women looking for short-term relationship versus long-term relationship on 6 different criteria. One is looks, 1 is resources, meaning how much money, success you have. 3 is your game, 4 is your personality, 5 is your status, and 6 is your age. Looks is 35% of decision-making process. Resources is only 6%. Game is 30%. That's the second most. Personality is 9%. Status is 13%. And then age, whatever, 7%. Now, if they're looking for a long-term relationship, priorities change. When it comes down to looks, it drops from 35% to 15%. Okay. When it comes down to resources, it goes from 6% to 27%. When it comes down to game, it drops from 30 to 7. When it comes down to personality, it goes up from 9 to 18. They know they have to deal with a personality long-term. Short-term, I don't care how annoying you are. You're handsome.
I can somewhat agree with those stats, bro. So I don't really have no pushback with that. Let me read the comments right quick, see what y'all talking about. Let me see. We got my nigga Club Gems with A-Rock. What's your body count? Bro, probably like 70, 80 or some shit. You know what I mean? Probably anywhere from around 70 or 80. It's not like super high. I'm not in the triple digits. I probably would be in the triple digits if I didn't have no standards, bro. Like if all the nigga that went after like 4s and 5s, you know, like some dating coaches I know, if I was a nigga like that, then I'd probably be there like 150 or even 200, bro. You feel me? But I only go after chicks that I genuinely like and find interesting in, bro. You feel me? If they ain't at least a 7, if they ain't at least a 6, 7, or 8, no, if they ain't a 6 or higher, I'm not fucking with them. You feel me? That's just me though. But yeah, we got Megatron. I'm a mechanic, but I'm switching to a career that lets me be a digital nomad, so I can finally start using my passport. I'm not overusing my back to work. Plus, I want to get into kickboxing. That's what's up, man. For sure, bro. That's my goal. Like, you know, I'm on some blue collar shit right now. I'm making a decent amount of money. I'm not fucking with some of y'all niggas in the chat. Obviously, I know y'all niggas got way more money than me. I'm like a fucking broke pookie nigga compared to some of y'all niggas, but I'm comfortable. But that's like my goal. I'm trying to get a situation where I can get some passive income so I can actually do the shit I want to do and not be bound to anything. You feel me? So for sure, bro. My nigga Anton, what's up with you, Anton, bro? Glad you tuned into the stream, bro, for sure. Let me see. And you know, I feel like I just want to acknowledge y'all for, you know, coming to the chat. You feel me? Not coming to the chat, but coming to the live, you know, live. You know, I fuck with y'all. So we got men have and no advantages on these dating apps except for looks. Well, yeah, like that's like the first thing, you know, we look at. You feel me? Not even just men or women, like us human beings in general, like we look at looks. But it really depends on, you know, how you follow up with it. Like, you got some good pictures, you got a good bio and all that shit. That's really all it is, bro, on dating apps. Sometimes you don't even really have to have a good picture, bro. And you still can, you know what I mean, get away with it. You feel me? So, yeah. Congratulations, Megatron, on your future transitions to digital nomad community. For sure. See what we got. Well, I'm at the bottom 20 because women judge on your looks and how much money you have. Yeah, man, like that's a given, bro. Like women definitely judge you on your looks and money because money, I would say more so money, because money is something that everyone wants. Women and men want money. Like we both want money. Everybody wants money. So that's like the number one thing women focus on, and their security. Like if you a good looking nigga but you broke. Now this is from my own experience, and I'm gonna let the video play after I say this because I don't want to ramble on too long. But if you a good looking dude and you broke, bro, you can smash her a few times. You feel me? She can be a 8, 9, or 10. You can definitely smash her a few times. But bro, if it's a dude that's coming by and he got some bread, bro, I'm telling you, you ain't gonna be able to do it, bro. Unless it's like a situation where, you know, it's like a house husband. If it's a situation like you want to be, she want to be the breadwinner, she want to be a house husband, then maybe. But you know, that's really not the norm. That's more so the exception. But most of the time, bro, like that's what it is, man. But yeah, let's let this video play. I don't want to run my mouth too much.
You got game. Long-term, man, your personality is annoying. So personality has a lot to do with it. Then you have status goes from 13% to 23%, and then age goes from 7% to 10%. So there's a couple different ways you're going to be listening to this. You're going to watch this, you're going to be discouraged. You're going to watch this and saying, okay, maybe I need to change my approach. Let me give you an idea. When I started working at Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, and they said, well, the profile of the clients we're looking for is those that are $1 million or higher. Back then it was $500,000 or $250,000, but it was $1 million or higher. That's the clientele you got to be looking for. And I sat there and I'm like, how the hell am I going to meet millionaires? My dad's a cashier at a 99-cent store. I don't have a 4-year degree. I don't have a 2-year degree. I know nothing about money. My parents have never owned a 401k, never owned a stock. We've always rented out, never lived in a house. You want me to go find $1 million accounts? How the hell am I going to find it? I just got out of the military here. People in the military are broke. My friends go to nightclubs. How am I going to find all this money, right? So I could have sat down and said, you know what? That's right. Financial industry is not for me. I'm out. Or I could have sat there and said, how can I get into the market? Who do I need to become to get into the market that I want to become, right? And I made my adjustments. I was 22 years old, 23 years old, just got out of the army. We go to the club. My friends like, Pat, I found this book. It's called The Game.
Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me put the stream y'all link in the chat right quick. Give me 1 second. I ain't had to do this in a minute. I damn near forgot how to do it. Give me 1 second. Let me put this link in her. All right. That one. Go back to this one. Yeah, my fault on that. You know, I had to hurry up and do that.
Neil Strauss, watch these pickup lines I'm going to use with the girls. We go out. First, you treat them this way. You do that, you do this. And then he got the girls. Like, oh, I'm like, well, our style in the military was similar way. I've just never read the book before, but it was effective. But what were we doing? Who were we getting together with? Short.
Let me read the comments right quick. Okay. Let me see. Appreciate that, Antoine, bro. For sure, bro. See. Hey, yeah, man. I'm trying to get to 1,000, bro, for sure. I'm trying to get monetized. I need to get the watch time. I need like 2,000 hours of watch time or something like that. So I'm halfway there already. So
Short-term relationships, right? So look, some of you are watching this, you're getting one or two reactions. You're discouraged. You're saying, okay, now at least I know what they're looking for. When you're a businessman and you run a company, you're going to have 3 different types of clients. Low ticket item products you're selling, 99 cents, $8, $28, $89. You got mid ticket item, $1,000. $50,000. You got high ticket item. For example, I'm selling a rental apartment at Oakwood Apartments, $4,000 a month. I'm selling a rental apartment, right? Middle one, I'm selling $600,000 houses. I'm selling multi-million-dollar homes, right? In this example, if you as a man want to have more options and saying your clientele, I want to have a pool of bigger options of women to choose from, who do I need to become to be able to sell $2 million homes? Okay, what language do I need to speak to get the client that's about to sell their $2 million home to look at me and say, this guy can sell this $2 million home? Who do I need to become? What language do I need to have? How do I need to present myself? How much capability, skill set? What do I need to do to increase my market value? This is why a lot of people, 95% of people in sales don't make it, because they get discouraged because they don't want to become the person they need to be to sell those products to the clientele in that market. The same thing goes with this. If you watch this and you said, well, if it's 40% of men reproduce, but 80% of women reproduce. If the options are that, how do I become in the top 20 percentile? And if I'm chasing all these short-term women, the short-term women I'm chasing, they're looking for only physical and they're only looking for game. They're not really valuing personality or for me to be somebody where I am somebody that has status or resources. I can go fix those things. Now, if you're watching this and saying you can fix yourself physically and get in shape, maybe change your diet, you can be somebody at whatever company you're working at. If you're a person that's got a voice, you become a leader, somebody that's doing well, you got status. If you're somebody that has a personality, you're afraid, you're shy, maybe you show your personality a little bit more. If you want to go watch some of the old Tate videos, there was a part of him that he was shy. If you look at the younger version of him, a lot of the people that end up having big personalities, at one point, they were kind of to themselves and then boom, they break out of their shell and they say,
that's me. That's definitely me right there.
Oh my gosh, I never knew this existed in this guy. You have that, but you got to tap into it. Okay, so now look, obviously a lot of this is directed to men. I'm going to talk to women a little bit, and this could also apply to men, but here's what I have to say about this, because some people are like, you don't even know what you're talking about. I dare you to live a day and walk a day in my life and all this other stuff. Totally get it. Here's what I do believe in. There are a lot of men who are bitter towards women. And some of the bitterness from men towards women is, they gave everything for her, and she did this, and she went with that guy, and she left me. Okay, cool. Yep, that happens. And then the other one is, I gave everything to him and he did this and he left and it's all his fault. Okay, no problem. Just so you know, it takes two to make a thing go right, but it also takes sometimes two to make a thing go wrong. You made the choice. I made the choice. Some relationship didn't work. What part of the role did I play in this thing here? And I'll man up and I'll take it. The same with you. One of the ladies that commented, I've known this lady for about 8 or 10 years. And I remember when she chose career over her marriage and her kids. And she says, I'm going to go this route to choose career over her kids. I said, listen, man, I totally get it. Marriage sometimes doesn't work out. I've been married now 13 years.
Ronan, Anton, and Megatron, and whoever's tuned into my stream last week, I have something to show y'all, bro. I got something to show y'all. Just stay tuned. I got something to show y'all. Yeah.
Years, going on 14 years. We take marriage 1 year at a time. It's a very hard thing to do. It is not easy. You can control what you do. Sometimes you can't control what the other side does. And no one ever knows the whole entire story to any marriage. But she specifically said, I'm choosing my career because I want to compete with the men above me in this sector that she was in over my marriage and over my kids. I said, I don't recommend it to do it for that reason. I have to do it. She did. Today, she is so bitter. But who is she bitter at? Her husband, her kids, her competitors, the industry, or her choice? It's pretty bad when you're bitter towards really the choice you made. Nobody put a gun to your head. Do you know how many times I've been annoyed with a decision I've made? And I'm so annoyed with myself. No one knows about it, but I know I made the choice. And I'm bitter towards myself for making a bad choice. Yep. That happens to the best of us. So all this that we're talking about, this is really over younger men and younger women. This topic here that we're talking about. For some of you that are watching that you're a little older and you're frustrated about this, totally get it. But you made the choice. Nobody forced you.
I wonder how young the women or the men are you talking about, from like 18 to like 30 or 35? I don't know.
You do it for the most part. So if you got value out of this video, agree or disagree, but if you got value out of this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to watch it.
All right, so that's pretty much it for that video. All right, next we're going to go, I'm going to say the best one for last, but we're going to watch this short Andrew Tate video. But before I do that, let me read the comments. Oh, yeah, let me check my stream, y'all, right quick. All right. Yo, what's good, Ronan? What's up with you?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm okay, man. I'm sort of sore, but, you know, other than that, you know, I'll manage.
Pain is life,
what do you
brother.
think about this? Huh?
Pain is life.
Say what now?
Pain is life.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. But you know, if what's the saying? If it don't kill you, it make you stronger. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
My back out. You don't even know my back been sore for the last 3 days, man. I'm just doing something.
Believe me, I'm older now. I definitely understand back problems. I definitely understand back problems. Believe me. So this brother right here, man, he kind of has a similar background to me. You know, military, the guy that's talking. Oh,
you're talking about Patrick David. Yeah.
Military guy, didn't finish college, got out of the military, and started doing his thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with me. I dropped out of college, went in the military. You know, got out and got into some high level stuff when it came to sales organizations. Worked in several Fortune 100 companies. You know, finally took all that information from all these companies and actually went to work for a small business, black owned business, worked in pharmaceuticals and medical supplies. Started winning some big time contracts with that small company for the state of California because I knew how to do government contracting.
Oh, damn.
You know, so I was killing it. I was a legal drug dealer at one point. I was putting out all the drugs for the whole state of California, from flu to everything. Major contracts with all kind of hospitals, everything.
Ron, I kind of touched on this, but I want your opinion before I get to the video. And before I do that, let me read the comment right quick. Men have no business being on these silly apps in the first place. At Tony Wing Chun Pressure, we're meant to be boots on the ground or social circle maxing, especially while traveling. Yeah, at Megatron, yeah, man. Like, I'm not in a position where I can, travel max anything, but all the other stuff like that, I definitely agree. But yeah, it was a question I wanted to ask you. So, do you think I damn near forgot my question, but I asked you another question instead until my other question come back to my memory. Do you think women are like? Do you think women can work those stressful, intense, hard jobs like men? Like, do you think they are capable of doing it? That's like underwater whaling and
No.
jobs like you don't.
Absolutely not. That's why most women have stayed in the same fields for the last 100 years.
Okay, let me ask you another question. The question came to me, but then it left. Fuck. Okay, let me just let this video play.
Hey, brother, I'm old, so guess what I have sitting next to me?
What's that? Notes?
A notepad. Every time I get on a live, I have a notepad sitting next to me because points jump in my head and out my head, so I got to write them down, or if I want to make a point. So, me, it's a good practice.
I remember now. So, do you think women will stay with a man even if he's broke? You know what I mean? Like the point I was saying earlier, where like the sugar mama situation or like the house husband situation, that's more so the exception. But if you a broke dude, with a chisel 6-pack and you just on some look action type shit, if you a dude like that,
yeah.
Versus a dude.
You don't even have to be a dude like that. Let me go ahead and preempt the answer. You don't even have to be a dude like that. But depending on the type of man you are, and depending on how long y'all were together when you were making money, some women will stay around because they have fallen in love with you. Arranged marriages work for a reason because it starts off as a business and then they become friends. Think about that. A lot of old school arranged marriages, after a certain period of time, those women are locked in with you because they see how you function. If you treat them well, you know what I'm saying? They'll stick with you. There's a lot of ride or die chicks out there.
That's the type
you might not find them all. Just depends on the quality of vetting you do before you get married to them. But I know a lot of women that will stick around after a period of time, even if you fail. That's part of a relationship. I tell a lot of people is a relationship's 100-100. Some days I'm going to put in 90, damn near 100 of it. She might only have to put in 1%. Some days I'm going to be down. I'm going to need her to pick me up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She might have to put in a little 70%. It doesn't have to be monetary. It's other things that go into a relationship that make you guys complete. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. I'd rather go through the more so arranged marriage situation because, it's the marriage, that worked in the past. So,
right.
I mean, why break something that was never broken? So I don't know. It's like people try to evolve and do things different, but like, why change something that always worked? So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, man. Oh yeah, it was another part of the question I wanted to ask you. So, and I don't know if you sort of already answered it, but I'm gonna say it. So, what if you're like a super overweight dude, like a super overweight, like you 320 pounds, if you like 320 pounds, but you make like 300,
I'm the perfect guy for that.
You ain't no 300 pounds, dude.
But I'm six. Listen, I'm 6'2", about 290.
290.
Okay? I have a dad bod.
Okay.
But I'll walk through a motherfucking wall. Ain't nobody gonna walk up on me like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you will.
So I'll handle mine. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of women. There's a lot of women that like guys that are a little beefier now. They're extremes, even with women's preferences. So you might be that dude that's all chiseled up. A lot of those guys are insecure. That's why they're in the fucking gym.
Well, I was finna say the guys that have the bigger guy that have the money are able to keep the chicks around, you know, because that
comes in too.
Yeah, they able to keep the chicks around because they looking for that protection. They looking for that provision. You feel me? Right. So and of course it took a degree of well, depending on how much money you made, it took a degree of intelligence, you know, like some wisdom, you know, some intellect to build that type of capital. So like she see you competent too. So
yeah, man. I would have got to that. A lot of women want to learn from their men. They don't want to be the smartest one in the room. Believe me. You know, again, you can become a fuck boy. You can look good as fuck, but the woman only keep you around because of the way you look, not because of anything you're contributing to the overall relationship. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So at the end of the day, yeah, it's not 100% just about a man's body. Attractiveness is always good. I could just say I had good genetics. You know what I'm saying? My dad was good. My mom was a Playboy bunny at one point. You get what I'm saying? She worked in the Playboy Club. She headed up teaching girls how to do the bunny dip back in the day, bruh. You get what I'm saying? Really? So I came from good stock. So I never had a problem picking up women as a young man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, confidence level, confidence on me was never a problem. And then when I got into sales, you know, knowing how to talk and all the different things I was doing in sales, the psychology of sales, learning how to read people's body language, all those things, being in the military. Women love military guys, bro. That's half the battle, walking in the door and they know you're a Marine. They see you in uniform. Come on, man. That's a turn on to a lot of women. So I've been through my fair share.
That's a fact, man.
You know. So it's never been a difficult issue for a lot of people in the military to learn how to talk to women. Now, judgment, on the other hand, there's a lot of military guys got poor judgment. You know, just because she's good, she looks cute, don't mean you need to be picking up that stripper or that bar girl out that club based on where you at in the world. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes are doing that shit too. You know, so just because you got that military background, you might be an alpha male. That don't make you the smartest crayon in the box.
During my military career,
anything you want to add before I let go ahead, bro?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I was just gonna say, I had a different experience. I was never seen, even in my military days, I was never seen as a alpha male by women at all. But there is a ring of truth to what Ronan is saying, though. Like, especially the man in uniform. I think what it has to do, you know, is with physical fitness. Because like when you're in the military, you can't be fat. Well, unless you were a E7 in the Army. You know, I don't know what happened when they make E7, they let themselves go, man. But I'm serious, bro.
The E7 they let themselves go.
Dude, man, them sergeant first classes, man. We had one sergeant first class low. I'll never forget. Dude, talk about, well, I don't understand why, you know, I can't lose weight. You know, I'm like, what, dude? Because you keep eating. You know what I'm saying? You're on profile.
I think that's the hardest struggle. That's the hardest. And my bad for cutting you off, but that's like the hardest thing for most people. It's not necessarily the workout routine. It's more so the diet, bro. It's even hard for me. Like, you know, and I don't really even eat as much. I try my best not to eat as much. And even when I do, I try to eat healthy. But I just always get an urge, you know, like it's like I'm being possessed to just go in the refrigerator, go in my little mini fridge and just grab something. But I'm so serious, bro. It's so hard. So that's like the biggest thing as far as like losing weight, bro. It's the diet, man.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean that's true. And then like I said, especially depending where you're from, like if you're from the South, where, you know, they used to, y'all remember Crisco? Yeah, you remember Crisco? I know you know what I'm talking about.
Everybody kept that
Yeah,
Crisco
Crisco
jar
oil.
on the tape
Crisco
on the
oil,
on the stove. They had
Mhm.
that Crisco jar on the stove.
Yep.
Fried chicken, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that shit right there will definitely kill you, man. Like, I mean that'll definitely make you fatter. You grow up on them
I mean,
southern
lard
diets
is
like
actually a
that.
good cooking option. I use fats like that now because I'm in the keto. So that's actually a healthier fat than some of the corn oils and stuff like that. You can process oils that you put in your body now.
No,
A lot of the time
use,
you don't even have to.
I was just gonna say I use safflower oil. From what I understand, safflower and olive oil are the best. The only problem with olive oil is you can't
Burn
cook it at a high. Yeah,
the
it
burn.
it has a higher, or
Avocado
excuse me, a
oil is
lower.
another good substitute.
Yeah, I just don't like the taste of avocado oil. Like it just has a weird taste to it.
Nah. You get used to everything depending. Once you swear off sugar, your taste buds change a lot.
Yeah.
Salute to everybody coming in the room. Appreciate you. Drop a like for our channels.
Yeah, but I did want to say I did want to say one thing though about the the title of the video or of your live here.
Yeah.
Do women have it easier than men? I think it just kind of depends on certain things. Like I mean, obviously, okay, you take a man stranded on the side of the road, got a flat tire, you know what I'm saying, versus a woman, there's with a flat tire, they're gonna drive past the man, 9 times out of 10, like you don't need no help or nothing, but they're gonna help a woman, obviously. So there's certain times where women do have an advantage, but there's also times where they're at a disadvantage. Case in point, like my cousin told me this story. She used to have to take her dad with her, to go shop for cars at a dealership. Because car salesmen used to, they prey on women that come in the car dealership. It's just assumed women don't know nothing about cars. When it comes to financing, we all know that the finance guy in the car dealership, man, those guys are scum. I'm just being real, man. They're scum. They're scum of the earth. You don't have to put nothing down, and don't you worry, I'm gonna get you in that car. You ain't gotta put nothing down. But you're paying for it on the back end with interest, so a $30,000.
They get you in the finance department, believe me.
Yeah.
I used to sell cars for a time.
So Ronnie, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Hey, let me let this video play right quick, and I want y'all thoughts after I let it. Well, after the video finishes. So yeah, let's get to it. Hold up.
Females don't respect how difficult it is to become a high-value man. Because to become a high-value man, you need to have so many different qualities and so many different capabilities. It's a very difficult thing to do. You need to be funny and smart and charismatic and interesting with stories and strong and rich with a nice car and a nice apartment. Whereas to be a high-value female, you need to be hot. If you're nice, it's a bonus. There's nothing that necessary.
That's it.
If you're a pretty female, even if you're a piece of shit person, you're going to get messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a good-looking man who lives with his mother, you're going to get messages.
No,
I'm going to let it play one more time right quick.
Females don't respect how difficult it is to become a high-value man. Because to become a high-value man, you need to have so many different qualities and so many different capabilities. It's a very difficult thing to do. You need to be funny and smart and charismatic and interesting with stories and strong and rich with a nice car and a nice apartment. Whereas to be a high-value female, you need to be hot. If you're nice, it's a bonus, but there's nothing that necessary.
That's it.
If you're a pretty female, even if you're a piece of shit person, you're going to get messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're a good-looking man who lives with his mother, you're going to get messages.
No,
I think so. I think that if you're a good-looking man, that's all you have going for you, I don't think you're going to succeed very well in life. I know there's very, very pretty girls who have nothing else going for them that manage to do very, very well.
Yeah.
Do you play chess?
I'm okay at it.
But if you look at the chessboard, right, the queen gets to jump all over the board, and the king has to move one square at a time. I think that's done very purposefully. If you go to Monaco and you see a yacht and you see a man on that yacht, he had to work his entire life and network his entire life and get up early and deal with stress and tax problems and police problems and work his ass off to buy that boat. What did the girl have to do? The girl was on that boat, the 19-year-old Ukrainian. She had to get a message on Instagram. So the man moves one square at a time and the queen just jumps on board. This is the point. Female beauty is extremely valuable.
All right. So I'm gonna add my little 2 cents, you feel me? So I don't know. Hold on, let me switch the layout right quick. So I don't know what it means to be a quote unquote high value man. Like, I don't know the criteria for that, but I do know what it means to be a man. I do know that, you know, a lot of the things I went through as being a man, most women wouldn't go through, you know, like walking in blizzards, you know, in like -10, -20 degree, you know, walking an hour to work, you know what I mean? Like weathering that storm, or being homeless, you know, genuinely being homeless with not knowing how you gonna make it the next day, you know, like there's just those type of hardships, man. Like women really don't really go through those type of things, you know, like even as far as like getting into like car accidents, you know what I mean? Those things that's like sort of in your control, but it's out of your control because, you know, you got somebody else that may not know how to drive. But having those experiences, man, like it's just something that women don't go through. Now, I'm not saying women don't have, you know, things that they experience, you know, as being women or just being human beings, but I'm saying ultimately, like the amount of pressure and the amount of hardship and the amount of stress that a man go through on a day-to-day basis, that's something that a woman would never understand unless they actually pretend to be a woman and go through those things. Like this next video I'm gonna play with this self-made woman, Norah Vincent. She pretended to be a man because she had the height. And I guess she had somewhat of like the build of a man, and she found out real quick, you know, what the average man go through. But that's my little quick spiel on that. Ron, you got anything you want to say?
I mean, there's a video I can send you, but I'm just gonna say basically his net of this is men have to, over a period of time, acquire their assets and resources in order to be marketable to women. Women, on the other hand, have to preserve their beauty. Because they automatically start off with that beauty right off the bat. That's why they're more sought at. This is why we talk about the wall. After they get to a certain age, they hit that wall, the beauty starts to drop off, their sexual market value starts to drop off. They can't have children. They start becoming, you know, not in those childbearing years, which is why men look to appropriate and have more children. So when we finally gain our assets, that's why when they start talking about age gap dating and all that is ridiculous, because hypergamy dictates this. You get what I'm saying? So it's a mixed bag when it comes to certain things where society tries to shame men into not doing certain things and staying within a certain age gap when they should not be, because it dictates that men should always be trying to acquire and marry and you know, plant their seed. You know, that's their legacy. Beside their own wealth and their resources, their legacy is in their children. You know, back in the days, in order to be recorded in history, you either had to do something great or you kept your lineage going, or you're forgotten.
Yeah, that's
I 100% agree with that, man. That's a straight bars, bro, for sure. You got anything you want to say, Darnell, man?
No, I just agree with Ronan 100% on what he just said. I mean,
you want to add?
yeah, I mean, I guess I can add on to what Ronan was saying about you know, we gotta, you see, when man turns 18, or a boy turns 18, becomes a man, you ain't unless you are a trust fund baby, you know, you don't start out with anything. You know what I'm saying? You got the clothes on your back, maybe some clothes in the closet. If you're lucky, maybe your parents, you know, gave you a hand-me-down car, you know, that they don't drive anymore. If you're lucky, you know, a woman turns 18, You know what I'm saying? She's able to get into the clubs some kind of way, even though she's not 21 yet. She's able to get into the clubs, you know, go into the VIP sections. All she got to do is post bikini pics on Instagram, you know, and she's on a yacht. You know, all of us, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? we gotta some kind of way network, or we either gotta get that yacht ourselves, or we gotta work our asses off trying to network, you know, to know somebody with a yacht. And all a chick gotta do is post a bikini pic on Instagram, and she on a yacht.
Exactly.
Tate said, you know, like it's like the boys on the chess, man. The queen, she get to move anywhere she want to move, and the king got to go one step at a time. But he's the most valuable piece, and I think the king is the most valuable piece, right? And the queen is the most powerful. Is that the right dynamic of that? So yeah, basically, if that's the context, man, it applies perfectly. Yep. So
and then another thing
I'm gonna
too,
go to
when
the
you
next video, man.
If I could say just one more thing before you click that video, real quick. I'll make it quick. Just another thing too, when you advance a pawn to the other end of the board, you can exchange it for any piece you want. Most people get another queen because obviously moves all directions. So that means, you know, a queen is replaceable. Like me, if you're like me, I like to sacrifice my queen all the time. You know, the play is called, pardon my language here, but it's called Ice the Bitch. You know. And the reason I do that is most chess players are, you could tell the chess players that are not very good, they're always using their queen. You take out the queen, they can't win. I can win without a queen.
Yeah, I'm not really super familiar with it. I used to play chess on my PS5 like about a year ago, but I stopped playing it because I just never could win. But who is this right here?
This is me. This is the video.
Oh, yeah, you just sent me a link. Okay.
No, I just sent a share screen. You just have to allow me to share it.
I got you, man. I'll go and play this short video.
Go ahead. Hold on. All right.
I don't hear anything, but...
Oh, you can't hear it?
I can't hear nothing. Nope.
Oh, my bad. Never mind. Go ahead. What's your video?
All right.
She's hardly a supermodel or movie star, but today, Norah Vincent is getting the full-blown glamour treatment. Norah's a writer, and one of these shots will adorn the cover of her new book.
This wasn't just a stunt. This was about learning. This is a human project. It was about finding something out about the human creature, and I learned it the best possible way because I went through it.
What Norah went through, or more accurately, what she became in the last 2 years, was a man.
Yeah, a little bit shorter on the top. Okay.
No, Norah didn't get a sex change operation. She did it the old-fashioned way, with acting and a disguise. At 5'10", 155 pounds, and wearing men's size.
Hey, let me know. Let me know when y'all want me to stop it if y'all want to elaborate on something you hear or see. So yeah.
11 shoes. Norah was a natural. Growing up in the Midwest with her actress mother, lawyer father, and 2 older brothers, Norah was a tomboy with a flair for the dramatic. She says she's still a tomboy and, in fact, is a lesbian, living in Midtown Manhattan with her partner, Lisa.
I think we can work with this.
Her transformation into the guy she calls Ned begins with a buzz cut, baggy men's clothes, and a too small sports bra to flatten her breasts. She even wore a little padding in a jock strap.
I also tried to think, well, what kind of guy is Ned? And
For the rest, she enlisted the help of makeup artist Ryan McWilliams.
She just came to me and said, Ryan, I need to turn into a man. The hair as small as we can make it, right?
And so they came up with a method of shredding braided wool into whisker-sized bits and gluing it onto her face.
Women have much stronger nasal resonance as a
And then
rule.
there's the theatrical component.
So just easy Tarzan out on your chest a little. Good.
Juilliard voice teacher Kate Murray coached Norah for months on a program of movement, breathing, and speaking.
I want you to be the best man you can be.
All to incorporate some of the subtle and not so subtle characteristics of being a guy.
Notice what men do. If they need to suddenly grab a taxi, hey, they just do that. Whereas women will ask for a taxi instead of demand one.
When all the pieces are together, hair, makeup, voice, posture, style, the transformation is complete.
Yo, that transition was
Hey, I mean,
that
dude.
transition was funny to me, bro. What the
I mean, the clothes don't make necessarily the person, but it's a good disguise right now. I gotta wait to see the mannerisms and how
That's
she
funny.
handles that.
I'll be honest with you. I've seen this
didn't think
video
she was gonna be able
before,
to pull
but
it off.
I mean, well, I'm not
you
going to
seen it,
spoil it
Ronnie?
for you.
No, I've never seen this.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen her. Rest in peace to her too, man.
Yeah,
But
I've seen
away?
it. Yeah, I seen it. I seen this
Yeah.
video like a couple years ago, but I don't. I remember the gist of what the of what the message was, but I don't remember like what she was doing throughout the video. But let me go and let it play.
And Norah Vincent becomes Ned Vincent. One of these shots will be the second photo on the book cover. The book, Self-Made Man, is out today and is about Norah's 18 months living as Ned.
I wanted to enter male spheres of interest and see how men are with each other. I wanted to make friends with men. I wanted to know how male friendships work from the inside out.
Ned's first act as a newly minted male was to join that quintessential bastion of camaraderie, a men's bowling team. The only problem was she's a terrible bowler.
I probably bowled before this 3 times in my life, and that was, in high school when you do it with both hands, So it was just insane for me to walk into this place without any.
And why didn't they just run you out of town when they saw how bad you were?
It's an amazing thing because I think that shows you the generosity that they had.
It was the first of Norah's many surprises. She thought these guys from a working-class Pennsylvania neighborhood would mock Ned's bowling and reject him as a guy. But from their first meeting, they accepted Ned.
The handshake was unbelievable. It blew me away the first time I shook hands with a guy, a strange guy. And I was amazed because you think of women, we're so nice, we're so easy, men are so mean. Complete opposite. Hey, baby. And I felt as comfortable as I could feel right away. They just took me in. No questions asked.
This is the first time the guys are coming face to face with the...
I'm going to go ahead and say this real quick. I'm going to let it play. I've actually had that experience before where I literally just walked up to a chick. I tried to introduce myself, and she literally ran away because she thought I was trying to attack her or whatever. It was the weirdest experience. It was at Planet. Yes, it was at Planet Fitness. Though, granted, it was late at night, but we wasn't outside. We was like inside the building, and she was coming out the bathroom, and I literally was walking towards the water fountain because the water fountain was right next to the woman's bathroom. So I'm going toward the water fountain, and I just said, "Hey," and she sort of like looked at me crazy, and she thought I was trying to like attack her or she thought I don't know. It was just a weird situation where I was completely normal. I wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. It was just weird. So I've had I've had one situation like that out here and where I'm living in now, and I've had it twice back home. But back home, it wasn't necessarily the chicks were scared. It was more so angry or like short temper, running their mouth, cursing me out and stuff like that. But yeah, man, you already know what I'm trying to say. I ain't gonna say it, but you already know, like, man. I could identify with what she said because I've been through that where women think that guys are like mean and aggressive and all these things where like most dudes just be on their own stuff, like especially towards the opposite sex, bro. In most cases, dudes aren't really trying to, be on that type of time, and bro, we just see you, found you attractive, want to talk to you, and I don't know, for some reason you probably had past traumas where you thought some dude.
That's the word right there, trauma.
Yep. So that's probably the case, man. But yeah, I've definitely had those experiences, man, where chicks be on some weird stuff when you just really trying to just be a man and just going after what you want. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna let it play.
female version of Ned.
Would you have known me on the street?
No.
No. Good.
You look
Good.
taller than I remember.
Yeah, I know. You're
Yep. My dude in the chat, Tony, he said he experienced that as well, but yeah.
shorter. What happened?
Though they've known about Nora's true identity for months,
How are you? Congratulations.
this reunion is their first chance to talk about their friendship.
But you guys had said there wasn't there that game that, you know, the person who didn't make it to 100 had to wear women's panties at the end of the season. And I thought, you know, I'm going to give you guys the shock of your life. And I'm going to wear
The team had bowled together for 9 months, and gradually, Norah gained entrance into the inner sanctum. She found that all the cussing and good-natured ribbing is just how men often show affection for each other.
Way to go, Ned.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't throw a ball like a man, though. Sorry.
Say what?
She don't throw a ball like a man. I'm sorry. I bowled in bowling leagues. She that delivery, dead giveaway. That's a girl.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so what you're
The
saying
approach,
is
everything.
they
The
got some.
technique,
Yep.
girl.
Facts, man. Like if you know body language, you will automatically know that's a chick. So
Mhm.
I probably would have thought there was like a hermaphrodite or maybe somebody on the.
You had to break that word out there.
He said, "Yeah, but you ain't heard that one in a while, right? He ain't heard that
No,
one in a
bruh.
while." What
No.
we used to saying like
Mhm. I know.
Transformers.
Yeah,
We used
yeah.
to saying that. We don't even break out the one that
Yeah.
got both sexes at the same time.
Mhm.
But yeah, so yeah, anybody that's good at reading body language automatically know. I probably would have known that. I was like, that got to be a chick. I don't care if she like 6'3". That's definitely a chick. But yeah, let me go and let this play.
Did you know, based on watching her bowl? I mean, you know, the joke was she bowled like a girl. But
Well, we had our suspicions that these guys did. I just
maybe
thought
Ned was gay or
everybody else.
something, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Thank
Everybody
you.
has their style. You
Right,
know what I
But
mean?
my style was, I
Her
mean,
style is this.
Yeah.
It's a little different style.
Near the end of the team's run, Norah decided to reveal herself as a woman. Nervous about how they'd react, she tested the waters with the one guy she was closest to. She took Jim out for a drink.
So she sits you down, she's very serious, and she says, I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind. And what did you say?
So the only thing that will blow my mind is if you told me that you were a girl and that she was a guy. And she goes, well, you're half right.
The she Jim's talking about is Nora's partner, Lisa, who the team had met several times. Jim assumed they were Ned and Lisa, a heterosexual couple.
But you didn't believe her at first.
At first, well, I was still in shock. I said, how can this possibly, you know, where would this come from? This is just a regular Monday night. I was out bowling, having a good time a few minutes ago. Now I'm trapped in this bizarre conversation about your name isn't Ned anymore, you know?
Later, Jim told the rest of the team, who all took it well.
What do you think Nora expected to find in a bowling alley full of guys?
I think you expected to find like a bunch of guys just talking about women's private parts and a bunch of racists. And, you know, I think kind of that's what she came into this thinking.
they really showed me up as being the one who was really judgmental, because they were the ones who took me in, not knowing anything about me. They were the ones who made me their friend, and, you know, no judgments attached.
That's not like it. What's wrong?
Norah and Jim became closer friends once he knew that he was a she. Now Jim was willing to speak more personally and openly, like about his wife's cancer. Norah came to see that between men, intimacy is sadly lacking.
There's a tremendous potential for tenderness between men, and I'm not sure that it's always realized.
Pause. Stop that shit.
I knew it. Hold on. Stop. I knew it. I knew you was gonna stop right here. I knew you was gonna stop right there. I knew it, but go ahead. I knew you was gonna stop right
I'm not gonna let that bitch get away with that shit. Hell no.
Go ahead, man. I knew you was gonna stop right there. I didn't know why.
Ain't no goddamn way.
Somebody gonna stop
Brothers are not down for the tenderness. Pause. Stop that shit. That's a female term. Yeah. Female usage. We don't do that shit. No, not at all. Don't even use that word when it comes to men in a room.
No, man, ain't no straight heterosexual dude really care about, you know, a dude's problem, especially if it's a dude he don't know. You know what I mean?
Like, well, it's not even that. I mean, we have camaraderie. There's dudes you can confide in, but it's a very small circle at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, it's still not called tenderness. It's a brotherhood, But that tenderness shit, that got to go out the window, bro.
I think for a man, it's more so, okay, we hear your problems. Now what are you going to do about them? Versus a woman, they just want to genuinely vent and talk about it. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
They just want to like a shoulder to cry on. Like I said, with us as men, like, okay, what solutions, like what are you actively doing to fix your situation or your circumstances? If you're not doing anything to do that, then I don't feel sympathy for you. In most cases, all men aren't the same. All men don't have that thought process, but you know, a dude, you know, that's 300, like a dude that's suffering from some type of disorder where, you know, it's really hard for him to lose weight. And you got this buff dude where, you know, he's ripped and stuff. He's like a personal trainer. He went to school for it or whatever. He might talk to that dude and he like, well, okay, what are you doing to fix your situation? Like, you got a thyroid problem. Okay, what medications are you taking? You know, what's your workout regimens? Like, what's going on? What are you doing?
Yeah, what's your nutrition? What's your workout regimen?
Exactly.
All the different things. They'll come up with a workout plan and something to help them, especially if they're friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but again, it's down to that guy that's heavy to want to do it. You can lay everything out for somebody, but if they don't have the will and the desire to do it, doesn't matter what you do for them, they still got to do it themselves.
Yep. And for a man, a dude gonna look at him, he might not have respect for him because he's like, you've been going through this situation for X amount of time and you ain't really trying to do nothing to fix it. You just want to talk about it. And that's the difference between, you know, men and women, you know. So
yeah, men will tell you to shut the fuck up and go change it. Women will just keep on listening.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that when it comes to men, I do think like, okay, we care about our fellow man, but the only thing is that, okay, we're more harsh, like, and I don't even want to use the term harsh, but like, you know,
critical.
You're fucking up. Yeah, we're more critical.
The word is accountability. We hold each other accountable.
Well,
exactly. We're going to tell. But the thing is, we're telling you the truth. We're actually helping you by holding you accountable, by telling you the truth, by not feeding, you know, your worst impulses of a victim mentality, because the victim mentality, being a man, it don't play very well. Women, think about it. If you're the soft dude that's crying, oh, woe is me, I just, you know, I can't stand this guy at work, and you know, this and that. I mean, you're viewed as soft. You know, you're even women are going to look at you like what's wrong with you? Like, you know, be a man.
What's wrong with you?
Like, yeah, seriously.
Yeah, what you saying?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When women, with women, it's a whole lot different. The sisterhood, you know, they got the sisterhood and they operate way different. You know, and I be trying to talk to my sister all the time, telling her about, because, you know, she wants to be.
Sisterhoods, like you said, boost the delusion, where brotherhood boosts the reality of their situation and tells them, hey, this is what you need to do to fix it. Sisterhoods will keep on keeping that delusion going on, just like they'll tell a fat chick, you look great. Nah, bitch, you need to get in the gym. Just like that dude over there.
And they'll be talking about, but secretly, the sisterhood will be talking about her like a dog behind her fucking back. You know,
or when they need to be cruel.
I mean, no, to their face, they're like, "Oh no, girl, that dress looked great on you," and then 5 minutes later, "Oh,
you
girl,
did that
you
a
know,
little
she's
too
wrong."
well there, Darnell.
Yeah, my bad, brother, but you know, I was just trying to, you know, emphasize.
What are you asking?
Yeah, some guy named Finding Love in the Dominican Republic. He asked you.
Oh, that's Flint DR. That's Flint DR. If you're.
Oh, okay.
I think I already answered his question. He was asking about a different podcast we have scheduled later on this week. He thought we changed the name.
But yeah, you know, I was just gonna say real quick, but like, you know what I'm saying, and I try to tell my sister this all the time, you know, because she wants to be that city girl, and I keep telling her, you need to quit listening to those friends. I mean, she's broke all the time. You know, she gets she always begging mom to pay her bills and stuff. And I'm like, where are your so-called friends? You know, I keep telling her that. Where are your so-called friends? The ones that you claim are support you and all this other stuff. Where are they? How come they're not paying your rent? You know what I'm saying? Why you got to go to mom? You know, it's not, and I'm not saying that to be harsh to her, but I just, hey, I'm her brother, and I want to see her succeed. But you know, she pushes back. You know, because I'm a guy, she thinks I'm being mean to her. You know,
is that like a financial situation you talking about, bro? Hold on. It's something I want to show y'all, because in a lot of cases, man, like a lot of chicks ain't really gotta do anything, bro. They could just, you know, hold up, where is this photo? It was something I wanted to show y'all. I think whatchamacall was familiar with. It was like a screenshot. I gotta find it right quick, but this is gonna be funny. Hold up.
All right.
Oh, matter of fact, hold up. I think I got it saved. Hold up. Show y'all something right quick. Hold up. I'm gonna go back to the live. I just want to show y'all this.
No problem.
Remember the live stream we did yesterday? Not yesterday, but last week, where I was talking about the chick on Twitch, you know, leaking microphone. I actually was able to find it.
Oh shit.
I took this too. No, look. I took this 2 years ago, but I always say that I never knew I would need to. I never knew I have a reason to use it. But this is the type of privilege that women have, bro. You got thousands of dudes watching her do this, and she getting hella bread for it. You know what I mean?
Live. Listen, she's live with 10.3K viewers.
It was actually more than that. I just caught it at that,
right.
But bro, it's ridiculous.
And I'm
man.
sure dropping all kind of super chats and anything else in Twitch that they can do to contribute to her continuing to do that.
What was she doing?
She was licking microphones, like kind of like as if she
ASMR.
It was like a gangbang situation where she was like, you know, licking dude. I don't know, like
no gestures, brother. Come on now.
That's kind of that's the context of what she was doing, man. It's wild to me, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Ronan, you remember when you and Andrew did that video on that chick, that UK chick that
yeah, the UK chick that was the prison or that slept with the prisoner. Yeah,
dude. I mean, you realize how many? I went to that chick's IG, man. There were so many dudes simping.
Oh, of course.
About wanting to, you know, hook up with her. Girl, I would marry you. All this, man. It was.
But
crazy.
You know what? Women are doing the same thing now with prisoners, because prisoners now have a male prison have internet and cell phones and all these other things. So there's a lot of guys that are being simped over by women that are in jail, but yet and still the ones that are out are getting a hard time, even though they would rather have a dude locked up. Make that make sense.
All right, let me go let this video play, man.
Cracking the mystery of a boys' night out is one thing, but what about the explicit world of a man's sexuality?
I really ran smack up against the difference between male and female sexuality. Is that female sexuality is mental. It's up here. And male sexuality is a bodily function. It's a necessity. You just have to do it.
When we come back, Norah goes to strip clubs in the company of men as a man.
As a man.
Over the 18 months of venturing out in the world as a man, Norah Vincent guesses she put on Ned's whiskers and clothes about 100 times. After the bowling league, she was ready for love and sex.
You know this.
You went to a couple of sex clubs. What were you trying to get at?
Well, at first I thought this is sort of the quintessential guy thing to do, right? The bachelor party at the strip club.
The quintessential thing for guys to do.
You gotta go to a strip club.
She says the clubs were obviously sexual, but once again lacking in intimacy, which leaves men emotionally frustrated.
I saw the men there. I saw the looks on their faces. I saw them sitting alone, nursing their bourbon. And this is not about appreciation of women, of course. It's not about appreciation of their own sexuality. It's about an urge. And that's not always that pleasurable, really.
These guys who go to these clubs would say, this isn't about fun, it's about pleasure.
Oh, no.
The tears and the emotional expression sort of pounded out of them from an early age. And so by the time they're men, they don't even have the vocabulary anymore or the emotional awareness to really say what they're feeling.
Emotional awareness.
Norah says strip joints are about pure sex drive, completely empty of any meaningful interaction, even when a woman is gyrating on your lap.
But you're attracted to women. Were you ever aroused during any of
No.
these?
I really ran smack up against the difference between male and female sexuality is that female sexuality is mental. It's up here.
Whereas for men, Norah says, sexuality is, shall we say, below the waist.
At its core, it's a bodily function. It's a necessity. It is such a powerful drive, and I think because we don't have testosterone in our systems, we don't understand how hard it is.
So it never gets cold back in Australia?
Throughout the project, Ned dabbled in the art of picking up a woman.
Where'd your friend go?
We went with him to this bar wearing hidden cameras.
This is my friend JC. I'm Ned.
Norah was reminded that in this arena, it's women who have all the power.
We sit there and we just with one word, no, will crush someone. And the thing is, we don't have to do the part where you cross the room and you go up to a stranger and say the first words. And those first words are so hard to say without sounding like a cheese ball or sounding like a jerk or whatever else.
And what do you guys do?
Norah says the brush off Barbara Jones gave Ned was typical.
She was just sort of emblazoned with hostility, you know, just looked at you and you saw everything cross her face, which was, oh God, help me, not again.
Hey,
I'm trying to have a
pause
drink
the video real quick.
and I've got to deal with you.
Barbara was trying to.
All right, go ahead, bro.
So yeah, just real quick. Just want to say, so pay attention to this part. This is going to be the real interesting part. So watch when she approaches these women as Ned versus what happens afterwards when she comes clean to the with these women, and notice the difference.
Now, let me make one point before you push that button.
Hold
And
on,
I've
hold on,
never
hold on.
seen this video. Never seen this video.
All right, go ahead.
She's talking about, you know, these urges. It's called primal urges. Men have them. We produce, listen on this, average of 80 to 300 million sperm cells come out our fucking shit when we ejaculate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, blue balls, that's a real fucking thing. You know, women don't have that. They have a cycle. Takes 30 days to go through that process. Okay. So you damn straight, it's a primal urge that we have to ejaculate and to have more children or to reproduce. You can't stop that. Yes, you can have sexual and intelligence to abstain. But at the end of the day, what she's saying is so soft and it's real masculine thing about those primal urges to conquer, to go out and appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Society has dictated that you withhold that. But back in the day when we were at our primal, survival of the fittest, the ones that had the alpha genes, the ones that were more attractive were the ones exactly what you were talking about earlier, True, that were reproducing. The stronger genes will always survive.
Yeah, I mean those are facts, Ronan, and then you got you know, you just look at animals, man. It's that way. It's just biology, and you can't fight it. Like the problem is with people, you know, we try to fight as human beings. We try to defy. We try to defy everything. When you think about it, like the laws of gravity, for example, right? You toss something up in the air, it's going to come back down. But what do we? But as men, we wanted to build airplanes and spaceships, and you know, we're able to defy the laws of. We just have this urge to defy the laws of gravity. And when it comes to sexuality, we have the urge to defy the laws of sexuality. Like with animals, with those two rams, they're butting heads. Male rams go at it. They're trying to show, hey, I'm the dominant ram. Okay, that female is mine. You know, and it's like that with every animal. And we're no different than any other animal. But the only thing is, we just have more intelligence. You know. And we also try to defy, or if you're religious, we always look at how we defy the laws of God.
Right.
You know, so, but yeah, just pay attention to this video right here, to this portion of the video. This is going to be big.
She's going to look weak as fuck. Man. I already know. and I don't even have to watch it.
But
I already know this bitch is gonna look weak as fuck trying to be a man in the middle of a room full of chicks.
it's not even like that. I want you to see it. There's going to be two different that I want you to know.
But Ned returned and told Barbara the truth about her gender.
You're saying you gave us all the lines, like try to get rid of us. I see, and as a woman, I have such sympathy. I'm like, oh, I hate being this guy that you're trying to get rid of.
Talking to a woman, Barbara seemed
just
more
a
open and
tad bit.
friendly.
Go back just a
Trying to get rid of.
Talking to truth about her gender.
You're saying you gave
Friend, and I've got to deal with you.
Barbara was trying to dispose of Ned before her friend returned from the bathroom.
We haven't seen each other in a while, so just let you know. I've got to head out to mom.
But Ned returned and told Barbara the truth about her gender.
You're saying you gave us all the lines, like try to get rid of us. I see, and as a woman, I have such sympathy. I'm like, oh, I hate being this guy that you're trying to get rid of.
Talking to a woman, Barbara seemed more open and friendly, and in the end, actually apologized for how she had treated Ned.
So sorry for being bitchy. Please.
Does that kind of living in the skin of a man in the bar scene, in the dating scene, give you a different kind of respect for men?
It gives me a certain definite sympathy. And I don't mean that there's any disrespect, but it just makes me understand what's going on.
Norah, as Ned, also went on about 30 dates with women, mostly arranging them on the internet.
Did you have any fun?
Rarely.
It was just an
pretty
ordeal.
unpleasant. Yeah.
She says the pressure of Ned having to prove himself was grueling. Norah was surprised that many women had no interest in a soft, vulnerable man.
My prejudice was that the ideal man is a woman in a man's body. And I learned, no, that's really not. There are a lot of women out there who really want a manly man.
Ultimately, Ned told most of his dates that he was Norah. Many of the women reacted angrily, but usually just for a little while. Some women wanted to continue the relationship.
They remained interested in pursuing something further. You know, so whereas
Sexually.
Yeah. And that was heterosexual women who, that's what I'm saying. It's all up here because they said, well, we connected and, you know, there's something I really like you and I don't care. How many guys would do that? That's the difference between male and female sexuality right there.
Norah says she found differences not only in sexuality and intimacy, but in every walk of life.
I'm in the market for a car, and
take for example shopping for a new car. Going in as Norah, the sales pitch quickly becomes flirtatious.
Any guy that gets in is going to feel like, okay, this girl's.
I want to date this girl just for a car.
Well, all right. Well, I didn't say that.
But going back to the same salesman as Ned, the tone was all business, and the talk was all about performance.
They have the 3-liter Duratec V6 engine.
And in the end, a personal touch for Norah, the salesman would never have offered Ned.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In Norah's final month,
Yeah. So did you catch that?
says Ned, she upped the ante, infiltrating all male inner sanctums. But after 18 months of deception, she was
Yeah, man. That's bro, that's like a common thing, bro. I think that's something that we already know. You know, like women, they get hired on. They are attractive woman. Hold on, wait a minute. If they're an attractive woman, you know, they get hired on quicker. You know, like I don't know, they just get princess treatment. You feel me? You know, but if even an unattractive woman, you know what I mean, just having female around you, you know what I mean, is something that every man wants. So, yeah, man, like. In a lot of cases, a lot of chicks don't really have to do anything, bro. They just show up and, you know, they become employees at Twitter, you know, just doing some little secretarial BS. You feel me?
Right.
And yeah, they just kick their feet up. And a lot of times they don't even have to work. They can just, you know, go on OnlyFans or do some BS on Twitch. You feel me? Like that's the privilege. That's one core privilege of being a woman, bro. Is that as far as like
I
work,
know some
like,
female
women don't have to have work
sharks.
ethic. But yeah, go ahead.
I know some female sharks. I've been in sales industry for over 40 years. Okay. They're killers, bro. They will take their sexuality and use it every time in big sales.
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it with my own two
And it
eyes,
works
man.
every time because you got to look in corporate America. You got a lot of nerdy dudes have been in college. They've been doing a lot of things. Those are those same incels that are on the internet now They're in corporate America. So when you got a pretty saleswoman going in for whatever objective in order to make a commission, she's a shark. She's going to use every feminine wild in the book to close that deal.
Yeah.
I mean, as a dude, man, I had to compete against that shit. I was whipping their ass, but goddamn, some of them were getting some deals like, bitch, really?
Like, how are you doing
How the fuck you close that? I already know how you closed it. You know what I'm saying? I could have done it.
Like, they didn't have to have no real work ethic. Like, it wasn't a lot of
and as a manager, when I was in sales, I used to spin that shit. I was like, yo, dude, if you having a problem, let me have you tag team with old girl, and y'all go out there and close that. And sure enough, they come back with a close. It only took a female to be introduced in the room with a lot of testosterone, especially the feminine one that knows how to control that, where she was able to command and close the deal, where the dude was struggling a little bit. You know, guys take a little bit longer to close deals unless they go in with an ultra confident way and they already got the confidence of the CEO, whoever they're dealing with when it comes to closing a deal. A lot of women can come in, act a little innocent, bat their eyes, wear a little tighter dress, you know, and get their attention right away. And then when it makes logical sense, again, the guy's logical sense part of it says, hey, not only is she pretty, she knows what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah.
And she'll close the deal.
My experience, I mean, I've had women use that, you know, try to, like, when I went to go buy a car, for example, you know, I went to multiple dealerships. I don't just buy the first thing I see. I go to multiple dealerships.
You're smarter than most. I know a lot of them just don't even understand that. Walk off the lot.
I wasn't always that smart. I had to learn the hard way. But you know, but yeah, I mean, I went into the Toyota dealership, and you know, I mean, I had this regular chick. You know, she was just actually she wasn't even in sales yet. Like, she was an intern or whatever they call it. So she wasn't on commission yet. Like, she was in training or something like that. But the person that was going to make the sale, that approached me about making the sale, they were trying to get me, that since that was the first dealership I went to, they were trying to get me to buy the car right there on the spot. And I'm like, nah, I just want to check out all my options first and see where I can get the best deal. So they send out this one saleswoman that, I mean, this chick looked like she looked like a fucking stripper, man, in a business suit. Had the high heel, the stripper heels on, clickety clack. You know, breasts. I mean, even though she's in a business suit, you know, she had her like breasts
inappropriately out,
and
a little too far out there, puffed up.
I'm sorry.
She got that push-up bra on with the cleavage sitting there. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, almost. I mean, other than the fact that she was wearing a business suit, it was like almost nothing left to the imagination. You know,
they call it a pencil dress for a reason, bro. A pencil outfit, because that shit is as tight as a goddamn pencil.
Yo, can I ask y'all?
And she looked good. Don't go ahead.
All right.
I want to ask both of y'all a question, right? So, do you guys consider that a weakness? Like. Do you guys think that was a weakness, you know, back in the olden days, you know, before the advancement of technology, right? Let me elaborate a little more. So, you know how now, like in business sales and all that stuff, Ronan, like a woman can use her sex appeal to her advantage, and she could pretty much finesse weak dudes in order to manipulate them and do what they need them to do. Yeah. Versus back in the olden days, that was more so a natural sex drive for a man, and you really couldn't exploit that weakness to the same degree as now. Like, do you agree with that that statement?
I do and I don't. Because even in the olden days, as you say, your olden
I would
days,
say in the early 1900s. I would say like in the early 1900s.
Okay, well, before like women were in the sales force, all they could do was work in HR. Once they got into the sales industry, and it took a while, but by the time I was in sales, women were full bore in it. So yeah, women have been using their sexuality even to this day. With the advent of the internet, a lot of women don't even have to go to work in the sales force. They just sell themselves on the internet. You got OnlyFans, you got all kind of avenues in order to make money, depending on the type of woman she is.
Yep.
She make a shitload of money more so than how many women are graduating with degrees and deciding to go online and make money because they can make more money faster than they could going through corporate America.
Ton of them.
It's fucking ridiculous because the immorality that's going on nowadays when it comes to the acceptability of these women doing it. But again, you got to also look at the simps. How many dudes right now that are either playing this back or in there right now have more than 1,000 people they follow, and most of them are females with high fucking like over 100K plus, you know, followers, and they always have a link to go to some kind of page to get them to OnlyFans or whatever they're trying to promote for themselves based on their beauty.
Lot.
You know, I tell dudes all the time, go
That's
through
a, man,
and pilfer,
that's a huge
go
majority
through
of
and
dudes.
pilfer all your people that you follow, not the ones that follow you, the ones you follow. Get your list under at least 1,000 people. They better be personal people first, your friends, your family, stuff like that. Delete all those ones that are IG models and everything else. Stop fucking following them. You stop following them, how they gonna make their money? They don't have
really ain't no
anything
need
to
to
sell
follow
off
them,
as far
man.
as their followers.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, those IG models, a lot of them are actually broke. Like the problem is they be spending.
That's because
their
they
money
don't know how to save money because they always think
Yeah.
there's tomorrow. That's the other mechanical thing that's wrong with a woman. She always thinks she's going to replenish that money. Men are naturally born to save and put things up. We plan things out. Women think, oh, it's like, you know, an endless funnel of money that's always going to come to them until something devastating happens. And all of a sudden they're begging for a GoFundMe because they never put anything up. They have all these Birkin bags. They have all these Jimmy Choo shoes, red bottoms, all this other shit they don't spend all that money on. Why did they spend all that money on frivolous things that men would not do? It's because they always think there's going to be more money because there's always another fucking simp out there. There's always a dude that's going to give her fucking money. Why does she have to plan?
It's just like drug dealers, man. Yep. It's just like the drug dealers, like they spend the money as fast as it comes in. You know, they'll make 20,000, 50,000, and they'll spend it all. I think Mike Rashid told, I don't know if y'all know who that is. Mike Rashid told a story about that when he was selling drugs. He used to make a lot of money doing it. And he used to spend the money as quick as it came because he knew, you know, he will always get the money back in some way, shape, or form until he actually got them charges put on him where he was finna go to jail paying all them attorney's fees and stuff like that. So that's like the disadvantage of being a man. Like, if, I don't know, like I just hate that, you know, us as men, like we're in this state to where, you know what I mean, like we're so weak to women, and you know, like we have to do just as much, you know, just to maintain somewhat of a standing in society than a woman, bro. Like,
well,
I don't like that, but it is what it is. You know, that's the reality of the world. So
we used to, we had to, we have other options. You get on a fucking plane, go somewhere else.
Yep.
Make your money here in the States and go somewhere else. You don't have to play that game anymore. This is the problem. You still feel like you have to be stuck in this game in order to be a man. You ain't got to be stuck in no game. She either conforms to your will or you go find someone else that will. You got plenty of choices. The world has gotten a lot fucking smaller.
Yeah, the problem is people don't see it that way. You know, a lot of men don't see it. You know, they don't understand that. Like,
exactly. Uncle Guns hit it right on the nose. If you can highlight that last comment Uncle Gun said. Where women currently hold the number one position in foreclosures, evictions, car repos, small business bankruptcies, school loan debt, and antidepressant use.
I'm not surprised. I mean, considering if you ever like you watch like Kendra G or whatever, all these women, or Pop the Balloon, every woman that goes on, like 9 out of 10 of them are entrepreneurs. You know. And it's like, to me, that's like code word for I'm broke.
Yeah, because what are the entrepreneurs? Oh, they do nails and hair. How many chicks need a hairstyle done? You get what I'm saying? Everybody doing hair, then who's really paying for the hair? You know?
Yeah, there you go. You know, the market is saturated. You know, like, yet, and then they also want a guy that makes like I listen to Kendra G. Oh man, delusional, bro. Dude, I have heard women say on Kendra G's show, Well, see, I project myself that I'm going to be making 250,000, so I need a guy that makes 300,000.
Yeah, yeah,
or more. You
Here
know,
comes that
they're like,
sprinkle bullshit and the manifesting type of shit that they talk about. You know how men manifest? We go out and fucking get it. We go do it.
yeah.
Women think they can just sit there and think about it and it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, you know, and the sad part, you know, my mama be telling me all that crap too. You got to manifest, like, you know, I got glaucoma. Well, Darnell, you got to stop saying, you know, you got glaucoma, and you got to manifest like you're healthy and fine, and magically your glaucoma is going to disappear. Like, it don't work that way.
It don't work like that. Hell no.
I mean, that's my mama. I love her, but goddamn, you know, I just be getting tired of arguing with her ass. It's like I never manifested glaucoma. A doctor saw the pressure in my eye and said, huh, this ain't normal.
I never manifested glaucoma.
I sure didn't. You know, I didn't see that shit coming. I just went in for a regular eye exam.
Hilarious.
Yeah. You know, but yeah, the power of manifestation, all that. Oh man, it's just crazy. Like, in my opinion, I think it's other women that actually sabotage each other. They sabotage themselves when you think about it. You know, like by lying to, you know, they go, you know, oh girl, you need to divorce him. Girl, nah.
Stop saying those things, bro. Uncle Guns has another one, bro. He brought an old Kevin Samuels statement.
Uh-oh. What are you talking about?
Hit the next one.
Hold up.
I have 2 degrees, my own house, my own car, my own bank account. Cash response, mail.
Don't no woman. I mean, don't no dude. You know,
we don't care about that shit,
bro.
No.
Yeah, bro. Like,
if you're not sharing, we don't care. And even if you still sharing, at the end of the day, you get mad all of a sudden. Get the fuck out of my house. Never fucking move in with a woman. I'll tell you that right now. Don't you ever in your goddamn life move in with a woman. You better have your own fucking shit.
Ronan. Remember the video I posted with the house husband, the house husband situation? That was one reason why I didn't want the situation, because it would have been in a position where she would have had literally all the power. I would have had to move. I would have had to move in with her. I would have had to pretty much be at her beck and call. And she, I mean, don't get me wrong, she was really pretty. She didn't have no kids, you know. She
pretty only lasts
and all that stuff. Brother. But at the same, exactly.
Yeah.
But my point is, like, even though she had all those good attributes of a woman, I didn't care about that. I cared about being my own man and building my own empire, I should say. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, I'm not trying to be at the whim of no woman, bro. So I mean, it's good that, you know, women are, I guess, more empowered, or they have more freedom, but it's also to their detriment because they have the delusions of grandeur, bro. So,
you know, and
yeah, man,
and like I said, you can vet them for so long. You can vet a woman, and you can see. And Uncle Guns will tell you, he's come up on a panel and said, doesn't matter how much you vet them, they will change with time.
I don't even think they change.
I agree with that 100%.
Well, the only thing is, this is just my opinion, but most times guys are kind of oblivious. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times women are actually telling you the truth. It's just men just don't want to listen. Like, I'll be honest with you. I was that lame ass dude, square ass dude. And I know, you know, hindsight being 2020, I was able to look back at my life, and
you had that motherfucking cape on. That's what you had on. Believe me, we all had that cape on at one point, because we're raised to put that cape on and save women.
Yeah,
you have to learn to fucking take that cape off.
Yeah, I had to take my fair share of lumps.
Aside for breaking the bonds of being a son husband, you also have to take that Captain Save-A-Hole cape off your fucking back of your neck. And let them live and die on the vine, just like they're gonna live and die and let you die on the vine as well, without any assistance.
Yeah, but I was just bringing up that story because it's just the fact that the warning signs were all there.
Guys. Come on up.
Yeah, you know, but the warning signs were all there, man.
Man. I'll probably be on another 30, 45 minutes, maybe another hour, man.
You're more than welcome, brother.
you know, but you know, in my case, I just ignored all the warning signs, you know. Hell, I mean, my ex-fiance, man, I look back at that and there was all like, I mean, the whole time, I mean, keep in mind, I mean, we were dating off and on 5 years, 5 whole years. You know what I'm saying? And she would get angry, wouldn't want to talk to me for like about a week or two, and then she'd come back, and you know. Anyway, long story short, the whole thing was I just could not get through my thick fucking skull, and I apologize for cursing there, but I just couldn't get it in my head. She don't want to be with you. You know, and I think that's the problem with men. You know what I mean? Because you're taught you got to prove yourself to women. You know.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna be real with you. I read there's a book I read the book called The Game. And my cousin recommended this book, and I read it. And in there, that's when I found out women typically they make the decision whether they like you or not within the first 10 minutes. First 10 minutes. So if you failed it, if you failed,
I would say it's
her,
not even that long, in my opinion.
Yeah. Actually, less than a minute. To tell you the truth,
what
happens is within that first time you walking up with them, within 30 seconds to a minute, they already know whether they want to sleep with you or be entertained by you. All you can do is destroy that by anything that comes out of your mouth or your mannerisms.
So if you fail to impress her in that first few minutes, then you're SOL, man. There is no well, you know, I'm gonna win her over. Nah, that ain't happening.
Yo, if a dude say he never done any type of simp behavior towards a woman, would you believe that guy if he's like 25 or like older?
Because you have to learn not to be a simp, because you're being taught by a single mother to be a simp.
I had this one homeboy. He said that he's never done any type of simp behavior for a woman. And he said the reason why it's gonna be funny. He said the reason why he's never done it because he said he a virgin. He never been with a woman. Period. So my thing is, bro, how are you 20?
Go ahead.
I'm like, bro, how you 25? I was gonna say, how you? I'm like, bro, like if you need some advice, I could hook you up with a couple of people that could, you know, help you out. Well, you know what? I don't want to veer off topic. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Like what I'm finna say ain't really got nothing to do with the topic. Go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say real quick. I don't think if your boy said he a virgin, I don't think he lying. You know, no man would ever
25.
admit he a virgin.
Oh, there's a lot more, bro. That the statistics have gone heavily towards incels.
Yeah, well, that part I know, but here's the thing: it's like no man. I mean, even shit growing up, you know what I'm saying? You're taught to normally a man will be lying about how many women he get. And yeah, man, I slept with like 100 women. They be lying, you know, I slept with like 100 and they maybe had one, or maybe they might be a virgin, never had sex. You know what I'm saying? But we be lying, trying to pump ourselves up. That's how we lie. No dude is gonna say I'm a virgin at 25 and that's cap. There's just no way.
Yeah, you
can only
say it unless it's true. Who's gonna admit to that unless it's true?
That's not something the average woman would admit. It's just like a chick admitting she had sex with like 200 dudes or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
but she's not gonna admit to that. She'll say 20, which you already know. Multiply that shit out.
Multiply that times 5. What I found out was the chicks only count their body count as far as them being in a relationship with them being committed to a dude or whatever, right? That's the only time they really count. You know that, like
all the other guys are
they just fake this shit,
or
man.
What?
Yeah,
all the other guys are experiments or getting to that one guy.
Pretty much, yeah. They just, you know, do it to save face or whatever. But yeah, let me get back to this video.
Unraveling, and the play acting at a men's wilderness encounter group would begin to scare her.
Change the scene.
One guy hit.
Unraveling, and the play acting at a men's wilderness encounter group would begin to scare her.
One guy hit, chopped up a log pretending it was his wife. So I thought, great, you know, we're gonna have axes and one guy hit.
Deception, she was unraveling, and the play. In Nora's final months as Ned, she upped the ante, infiltrating all male inner sanctums. But after 18 months of deception, she was unraveling, and the play acting at a men's wilderness encounter group would begin to scare her.
One guy had chopped up a log pretending it was his wife. So I thought, great, we're going to have axes and knives. So I was terrified.
Having survived strip clubs, dating, and a bowling league, Norah Vincent wanted Ned's last days to be among men only, in private and intimate surroundings. Nora, a lapsed Catholic, thought the cloistered inner world of a monastery would be ideal. Ned managed to live for 3 weeks as a trainee. The monks, she says, were pious, smart men, but they were still men.
What made it prototypically male? What do you mean by that?
The breakdown in communication, the need, the desperate need for male intimacy, and the lack of ability to give it, really painful.
Norah says the monks were hostile to her feminine side. She says she was ostracized because of the monks' assumptions about her sexual orientation.
Ned was really at the center of it because he was an effeminate man, and many of them thought I was gay. As one of them told me in confession, I said, I have something to confess to you. And he said, well, I think I know what it is. And I said, what? And he said, well, you're gay. And I said, well, yeah, but not in the way you think.
Norah thought the perfect end to her 18-month saga was to join a men-only therapy group, a place where guys tried to bond and show their emotions instead of hiding them.
They don't get to show the weakness. They don't get to show the affection, especially with each other. And so often all of their emotions are shown in rage.
And they kept talking about their rage, often their rage toward women and what they would do physically and violently towards women.
Right. A lot of this was blowing off steam. It's sort of talking about the things that need to be said that you would never do. I mean, they would talk about fantasizing about chopping up their wives or something. It's not that they would ever do that, but it was a way to get out the blackest thoughts.
He doesn't like doing that work, but he can't quit.
Norah began to empathize with the fear and stress men feel for having to always be the strong provider. The therapy leader, psychologist John Gornishelli, saw Ned's shyness as typical of a newbie coming to brave the group.
A lot of the guys spoke to me after the retreat and said, talking to him, I felt like I was talking to somebody feminine.
Once again, some group members thought Ned was gay, but no one suspected he was a woman. After 8 sessions, the group went on a backcountry retreat. But Norah's 18 months of being an imposter was closing in on her.
The pressure of being someone that you're not and being the fear of discovery and the deceit that it involves piles up and piles up. So by the time I got around to doing this men's group, it was really reaching critical mass.
On the retreat, her fear...
Hey, y'all know what they remind me of? Y'all know the episode of the Dave Chappelle show when Dave Chappelle pretended to be like a KKK member.
KKK member?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they found out he was black and the dude head popped and exploded.
He was blind, wasn't he? A black blind guy?
Yeah,
They thought he was white.
Yeah. Yep. That's what they remind me of.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. You know what? Let me say something before you finish this or whatever, because she's almost done.
All right.
Did you notice between the bowling group, the male group, and the church, the priest, and the male therapy group, all of them picked up on her feminine energy?
Yep.
All of them thought
all of them knew,
he wasn't real, like a real man. They thought he was gay. He was an effeminate man. You cannot fake that, bro. She could not hide it well enough. Everybody instantly picked up on that energy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep. Even if she would have had the physique of a man, like just the demeanor and the behavior, she couldn't have hid that.
Right.
So,
and you could tell by her voice, it was a softer type of voice. It wasn't no grumble to it or anything like that. It's not like she changed the inflection of her voice, how she sounded, her tonality, anything like that. She still sounded like a man with a feminine voice. Yeah. So instantly any kind of other man would look at her like, yo, something a little, sugar in your tank or something going on over there.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you can't, like, it's just one of those things you can't, like, men are forged by fire. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is that we're forged by the trials, the tribulations that we go through, you know, starting when we're teenagers, I'd say around 18, maybe even a little younger. We're forged by our life's experience. Like,
Yeah.
there's no, okay, I turned 18, now I'm a man. That it doesn't work that way. When you start figuring out, shit, I got to pay rent. Damn, I need a cell phone. I need a car. How do I get gas? Man, I ain't got no money to get to work next week. I'm waiting on this paycheck. You know, that's what forges men. Is how am I going to make it? With women, all they got to do is just call somebody.
Yep. There's
Hey,
always an umbrella.
yo, let me share a quick story with y'all. Like back then when I used to do the OnlyFans content, I remember this one chick. She showed me her Snapchat DMs, and I BS y'all not. She had like 125 messages that she never even opened. Like, it was
surprised.
like all blue, like because on Snapchat it's like all blue, right? For every message that you haven't seen yet, it's like blue. So it was like 100 and like over 150 different like blue messages. I'm like, what the? And I'm like, how did you even see my message? I'm like, how did you even get to me? Like, what? That really like opened my eyes and made me realize, like, you know, that most women really don't have to work. And I understand why women act the way they do and why they act picky, and you know what I mean, and things of that nature, man. Like,
that's why I said everybody needs to stop simping and go delete all their fucking followers or the people they're following. If they don't fucking personally know them, if they're female and they're IG model, stop simping and go delete the motherfuckers.
Well, you know what's
and she wasn't
interesting?
even like a super attractive woman. But here's the thing: she wasn't even like super attractive. I give her like a 6.5. You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't, but she had all them dudes in her DMs, man, offering to pay her like, hey, can I get $150 for that video, or for a video of you sucking another dude off, or can I get 20? Can I get a video of you doing yourself? You know, like, for that type of content. And she had hundreds. Honestly, I'm saying 150, but it could have been hundreds, bro. And I just was like, how did you even get to me? Because I don't necessarily think I stand out or anything like that, but yeah, man, that really opened my eyes. So if she's like an average chick or a little above average chick with that type of attention, you only can imagine the type of attention that the really hot women get. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but just consider this though too. Like, I remember I think it was about 4 years ago, OnlyFans tried to ban adult content, and it wasn't it wasn't men crying foul. It was women that wanted to wanted to fight the ban. It wasn't men. Like I said, men didn't protest and complain.
Yeah.
Women came out, said, no, you can't do that. You messing up my pocketbook and all, because they know the simp economy exists. And in fact, and this is what I found out. This is what I find very interesting too, is when it comes to the simp economy, like, women do not like, you ever notice women do not like when you call another man a simp? You ever notice that?
Yeah, you already know why, because they'll probably look the term up, or they'll become self-aware of what they're doing, you know. So they'll be like, well, this isn't a representation of what a strong man should be. So I'm gonna be anti-simp from now on, and they could mess her bag up. So yeah, you know, yeah, man.
Yep. I
Hey,
mean,
Uncle Guns, I just real quick, Uncle Guns, you don't have to go live on your channel to join the panel. You just don't hit the blue button. Well, no, you can simulcast. You have it set up so we can simulcast on other channels. That's how my mods are.
I didn't know he had it. I didn't know he had a channel. I didn't know.
No, he doesn't. That's why he was trying to say that. You don't have to go live. You don't have to hit the blue button. You can just join the panel without doing that.
Yeah.
Just in case you're worried about that, you do not have to go live to do that.
Yeah, like I said, I just found that interesting, you know, how do women get offended when you call another man a simp? Like, not
because
even
you're messing with their fucking money. That's why they're getting offended.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bottom line, man.
You messing with their
Yeah.
money, you're messing with their ability to have access to the other dude. That's why I said the greatest flex you guys can all do is go undelete every IG model you don't personally know. Why the fuck are you following them to give them fucking revenue?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like that's just like a dude named Dr. Sabi. You know, he letting people know what the real deal is as far as like healing and
Oh yeah, I follow
taking
Dr.
care of
Sabi. I
yourself.
definitely fuck with Dr. Sabi.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Them pharmaceuticals don't want you to know that information. You know what I mean? So it's kind of the same dynamic, man.
I'm kind of careful about Dr. CB, man. You know, I mean,
oh shit, we got Buck Travel up in here.
Hey,
you
salute,
know,
What's up,
salute
Buck
everybody.
Travel? What's good with you, man?
Salute to the panel and to the chat.
Got anything you want to add on this subject matter, bro?
Yeah, since y'all covering the simp man aspect, yeah, they get offended, man, when you call another guy a simp. That's basically going against their female nature. A lot of women don't want to admit, they don't want to show their female nature. And simps, they're using the simp as a tool to use their female nature against guys. So a simp basically means a guy who's manipulated by female nature.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, some simps don't even know they're simps. They
in
just
other
think they're
words-
doing the right thing because that's the way they were raised to be gentlemen.
Yep.
You can still be a gentleman and not be a simp. There's a difference. Some guys think that the only way to be a gentleman is to be a simp. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
And that starts to go
Any of
into,
y'all know the
like I
gangster's
said,
lifestyle.
that also goes
Yeah,
into what
yeah,
I was
Big
talking
Gains.
about with the son husband
cool.
thing.
Big
You know,
Gains is
yeah,
cool.
Big Gains is good. Yeah. What's
What's
up,
up, fellas? What's up,
What's
fellas?
going on, brother?
What's up,
What's
man?
up? What's up, man?
What's going on? Now, I just wanted to come up and ask Buck Travel. Yo, do you still think I'm a passport, bro?
Man, you still on that topic, man? I moved on, bro.
Because y'all was trying yesterday
I
on
moved
Razor.
on
Y'all
from
was
that.
shutting me down.
I thought we squashed that shit, man. Or
No, I just wanted to
hunt
know.
people down on
It just-
panels, man. Gans will come in rooms and hunt people down.
Big Gains.
No.
Right now,
It's just a
right now,
question.
the new wave is selling the dreams versus passport bros. That's the whole new battle right now that's going on these YouTube streets.
That's a battle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a battle.
According to Skylar and Asta Holloman,
Oh God,
you
here
know,
we go.
they're both on the opposite end of that. So Scholar is Asta Holloman is saying content creators, YouTube content creators, passport bros are selling dreams to these guys.
I mean, I've done panels about that, but that's not what this panel is about specifically.
No. I was more.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that right now,
referencing
man.
that into was the Big Gains because he's bringing that whole passport bros thing up.
Well, no, it was just a question. It was just a yes or no question.
Now I moved on from that. I mean, if you want to be
Okay.
referred to a passport, bro, I mean, so be. I don't care. If you,
Hey, gangster's lifestyle. Do you got anything you want to say, bro? Like, do you have any type of
let me
pushback with the
y'all
title, or do you
talking
wanna
about
add anything?
Y'all talking about brothers simping. Now,
well, not just that. Do women have it easier than men? Obviously, you know the answer to that, but
Yeah.
go ahead and add to
Of
it.
course, women have it easier than men. Women always had it easier than men.
Right.
Since Eve been into that apple, men been simping. And they've always had it easier. You know, the man always had to go out and work the field.
Yep.
And it was for the woman to work the house and to bear the children. That's the way God intended it to be. But now in this day and age, you have the women, of course, saying that they don't need a man. They want to go out here and do men's work and then act like men. They want to make the man's money and act like men. And then when we call them out for it, they're saying we're misogynist and whatever that word is, and you know,
misogyny or
misogynist. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Notice
really,
the word
you know,
misandrous is rarely used in any conversation, bro. You rarely ever heard the word misandrous. I don't hear that word on the news networks, on
Of course
on the TV talk shows, or none of that, bro.
Yeah. No, it's
And the
just
biggest
never
thing,
is.
like I was saying, the women over the last 100 years have kept the same basic 7 jobs. They have not progressed into the men's job functions. They don't want them fucking jobs. Okay. So the fact that they're saying they want men's paychecks, they don't want to do what it takes to support a society. Thank God what's going on and what has happened over the generations is mankind has built a society that supports women to be able to say the things they're saying.
That's
They've made it
100
easier
right
for
there.
women to survive until look at what happened during the pandemic. A lot of women started complaining they didn't have no man around and they needed a little extra help.
Well, let me tell you something, Ronan. I
It's
just
just like
retired.
Darnell was saying.
I just retired from New York City Department of Sanitation, and on that job,
Congratulations.
thank you. On that job, you got a lot of women, and they right back there behind that truck tossing garbage with the men, and they not complaining about it. Matter of fact, I've worked with women that some of them work better than men. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
I hear you.
But
I hear you, bro.
Even still, but I mean, it's to get that job, you have to take a test, right? If a woman scores higher on the test than a man, then she's going to get called first. It's not like the job is, you know, these jobs they have their the rights are set up, you know, for equal opportunity. It's for everybody.
Correct.
Yep.
So, but
I think anything you invest in, you will take seriously. But I think women generally have it easier, you know, on a broad spectrum, you know, from, you know, I guess business, like relationships, you know, physical fitness and stuff. Like some chicks don't even have to be in good shape in order for them to get the dude that they want. They just have to be a woman in most cases, not in all cases. But yeah, go ahead, Ron.
Right. I mean, I'm going to add to what Big Gans is saying, even in his sanitation career, you know, there are always going to be outliers in every type of career.
Yeah.
But when you look at like the majority of women, they're not rushing out to do those jobs.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, Gans? So in your organization, whatever city you're in, how many sanitation workers were there in your company?
Oh, a lot. He in New York. You know, there's a lot.
Compared to men, the ratio. What would the ratio be?
My bad.
You mean women? I can only give you the number. I can only give you the number of sanitation workers there were in New York City. I can't break down the ratio.
Just guesstimate what you think the odds are. Like if you were in one department in one location in one city, you might have had 1,000. Out of that 1,000, how many women you think?
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say I'm just going to go out on a limb and say the job is 80% men.
Okay, and that's fair.
Yeah, I would say it's even. I would say there's even fewer women. I'd say probably. I'm just guessing, but I would say more like maybe 20 women. If you said 1,000 workers, I'd say maybe 20 of them are women. You know, basically about typically on average about 2% of women thrive.
And I call them outliers. They're not the norm. And like I said, women aren't rushing to get those jobs. That's why I said over the last 100 years, women have stayed consistent with the type of jobs they apply for, but they've demanded higher pay within those job functions.
Now, that type of job, with New York City is different than any other city in the United States, because no other city is paying garbage men what we made, except for maybe San Francisco. I think San Francisco is the only city that made more than New York. But now let's go to the fire department and the police department, where those jobs is pretty much an even playing field from city to city, right? The police department, you might have a lot of women, but you check your fire department in your local city. You're not going to see a lot of women on that fire department.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's not easy for them to pull.
I think a firefighter, that's a physically
200-pound
demanding job, right?
Yeah.
I mean, both of them are physically demanding. But
let's say
in a fire department, you have to be able to pull your own weight more so. Where a police woman, she can always call for backup with a male showing up. A fireman actually has to be able to handle a certain amount of weight independently of having any assistance. So that's where they would stand out more and would not qualify to keep that job or without assistance. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got I saw this, but there was a female plumbers, for example. A lot of plumbers would females would enter like trade school to become a plumber, but the majority of them wash out. Maybe less than 2% actually make
really
it.
plumbers.
Yeah.
You think that wasn't not like necessarily a difficult job? I know you have to go through your apprenticeship before you can apply to get your license and everything, just like, you know, a bricklayer and all that masonry work. But
no, it's not that. Yeah. I mean, it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not a tough job, but
it's the dirtiness of it.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I do a little bit of my own plumbing. I'm not a plumber, but I do my own as a homeowner. I do some of my own plumbing, and I'll tell you, I don't even like doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, free big super, man. Free big super.
I never do my own plumbing. Get that. I'm dead. I'm done with that. No.
JTF says he's in New York and never seen a woman tossing garbage. They got him out there though, JTF. They got him. I work with a few of them.
Like I said, maybe not on his block. That's why I said out of 1,000, how many you think there are? You said roughly about 20%. You know, so
that's a high number
citywide, but that's citywide. That's spread out.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
New York ain't no small city, so you got blocks that will probably never see a woman.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the number would probably be more like 20.
That's low.
I'm gonna let the rest of this
20
video
ain't
play
that
out,
much.
and then we can finish it up. It ain't really like another 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes.
And I was out in the woods with a bunch of guys who have rage issues about women, and I was in drag. And I thought, oh, God, you know, what am I doing?
Norah was unraveling. She felt guilty about lying, as though she should be punished. In the final ritual of the weekend, the men were to act out the problems unearthed at the retreat with a partner.
And you asked that he harm you.
Yeah, I did. At that point, I was starting to really kind of crack up. I was really...
You were coming unglued.
Yeah.
So you were asking this guy to cut you.
To cut me. So self-mutilation is very much a female thing. And I think it was my way of paying the penalty for what I felt I had done.
Norah was not harmed physically, but she continued her emotional descent, and a week later checked into a hospital with severe depression. Identity, she concluded, was not something to play around with.
When you mess around with that, you really mess around with something that you need that helps you to function. And I found out that gender lives in your brain, and it's something much more than costume. And I really learned that the hard way.
Norah says she's healed now and glad to be rid of Ned, but her views about men have changed.
She never healed, by the way. She ended up committing suicide, but
Changed forever.
Men are suffering. They have different problems than women have, but they don't have it better. They need our sympathy, they need our love, and they need each other more than anything else. They need to be together.
Do you think women understand what it's like to be a man?
Not at all. No clue. No idea.
John Guarnaschelli thinks Norah's conclusions that men are just as emotionally vulnerable as women are important and will be taken seriously because they came from a woman.
I said to her, this is going to be revolutionary because it's been looked at as though men were the perpetrators and women were the victims. This is not
And now, one last identity switch. Guarnaschelli has never come face to face with the real Norah.
Hi, John. I'm Norah.
Hi.
It's
Wow. Bruce teaches, so we can never come to the meeting. So
And both John and Norah are happy she is a she. The irony is not lost on Norah that it took a trip into manhood to help her appreciate her own
That's crazy.
femininity.
I'm so much closer to myself than I ever was, that I really like me. I really like being me, and I really like being a woman.
Did you like being a woman before, Ned?
I did, but I like it more now because I think it's more of a privilege.
That's perfect right there. That's awesome like that. Nice.
Yeah, so but like did you guys catch like that at the end, you know, where she's talking about the difficulties of being men, right? Or being a man, you know. Now keep in mind she just did it for, I don't know, a couple weeks or something like that. I can't remember how long she did it.
She did for like 2 years.
18 months. Yeah, 18 months.
It was a whole 2
years.
years. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So but still, I mean, it was a short period of time. And the thing that, the issue that I think you see now, now that more and more women are in the workplace, I mean, you guys realize 40% of women are head of the household. In other words, they're the breadwinners of the family now. 40% of women are.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's because of single mothers.
But my thing is, there's more single mothers than married couples. I'm
Right.
off on that.
Yeah,
Why
that's
is it only
that's
40? That should be a higher percentage. It should only
That's-
probably be
that's-
30 or 40% married couples out there versus single mothers.
No, I'm talking about married women. Basically, 40% of women now make more money than their husbands now.
I don't think
they
so.
would be considered.
Yeah.
They might be filing. They might be married and filing joint. They might be filing separately.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And she might be claiming head of household on her taxes.
That's a possibility. I'm just saying what the IRS numbers are. That's what the IRS says, is that 40% of women
There's
are
another number that's missing, but I'm sure
it's possible.
That 40% is high.
Yeah, but if
super high.
but if you notice, divorce has gone up and things of that nature. Women are unhappy with marriage. There's this whole trend, divorce parties now. You know what I mean? So
but a lot of women are obtaining their wealth through their divorces too.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. Didn't who was that? She divorced her billionaire husband and became the richest woman in the world just by divorcing him.
That Bezos chick. I forgot her name.
Jeff Bezos.
Bill Gates' wife.
Gates' wife too. Both of
yeah.
them walked away
Both
with
of them.
sizable stock portfolios, houses, all that.
But Bezos'
Ronan,
ex-wife became the richest woman in the world.
What's up, Gans?
Ronan, this just came to me. Another career in New York City, and I did this job for 8 years before I went to Department of Sanitation. Overwhelming majority of women. It's still more men, but it's a lot of women on this job. New York City correction officers,
which is insane to me. In men's prisons, there's a heavy supply of female COs.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying again? Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Actually, I'm not surprised by that number. Like, I was at the VA
think about
career fair.
Think about the English chick that was screwing one of the cellmates or the prisoners. Look at if there's a prison riot, who can support that? And how much can they support on their own without leaning heavily on men? I'm sorry, on the battlefield, you got to be able to take care of yourself. I understand you need assistance, but we need to be able to make sure you can watch your back. But when you have certain things like that, you're always having to reinforce that female first.
But you also got female prisons too. You got to remember that. So,
well, he was saying that male prisons is a heavy population as well, which is insane.
Yeah, because for some reason, men aren't taking that job. I know what it is in the reason why in New York, but I hear it's the same thing going on in other cities.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
In New York, men, I don't understand why men just don't want that job anymore. The job isn't what it used to be. The union isn't as strong. You know, you got a bunch of liberals running this shit. So it's like it's really like the officer is more the one in jail than the prisoner.
Yeah, I heard about all the freedoms the prisoners have now because they got like TVs and phones now and a whole bunch of other things that they didn't have access to before. You know, so yeah, going to jail is like Club Med compared to what it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of stuttering along with it because I don't want to put on YouTube. Basically, what I'm saying is the correction officer can't do anything to the prisoner. If you get
so
where I'm
hazing,
coming
all
from,
that kind of no hazing type of things.
not hazing, but see, I don't want that's a homeboy's channel. But
I get what you're saying.
Let me put it like this: if back when I first started, if you had to put hands on a prisoner, then you put hands on that prisoner. Now, please, you can't touch him. He got more rights as a prisoner than you do.
Yo, can I ask y'all a question? I kind of already know what the answer is going to be, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Would you guys do what Norah Vincent did?
What?
Man, hell no, I can't pull off dressing up like no woman. No, hell no.
I already knew what the answer was
You
going
going with that shit?
It's crazy that
Hell
a woman
no.
could do that. No,
I don't even want to discover that.
Yeah, a
Here's the
dude
thing
could
with
see
men.
a dude
Men
could
can
do
understand
that.
and listen to a woman and pretty much accept what half of the shit they say, where a woman has to go and experience for themselves before they'll believe it. That's the fucking problem.
Yep.
Well, but
We'll
I
take
mean,
their word for it.
well, I mean, but too though, you know, there are some men out there that are, you know, hard headed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was one of them. I mean,
We know
you
who
know,
those guys are.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my grandfather used to tell me how hard headed I was. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I tell you that, son, you know, grandson, I can tell you that stove is hot, but you're gonna touch it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And when it came to especially dealing with the opposite sex, man, dude, I mean, I had so many fucking warnings, man. So many. Just didn't listen to nobody until I had to find out the hard way. You know?
Have you learned?
Yeah,
Oh, you damn right I've learned. I mean, I know
Yo,
I ain't the
that's-
brightest. Go ahead, my bad.
I was gonna say, see, that's the thing with like a dude pretending to be a man or whatever, or a dude that want to be a man. His life only gets easier, right? Where a woman that wants to pretend to be a man, her life only gets harder. You feel me?
Well, she came into some self-realizations that a man's life isn't easy.
Like, think about it. Like a dude that want to be a woman or whatever, or want to pretend to be a woman, you know, homo or drag queen or whatever. Like, you know, if he submit to the right dude, then he won't really even have to do anything. He'll pretty much be in the same position as a woman, you know. I know this from I ain't gonna say I know it from experience, but I've had these positions offered to me when I was on the OnlyFans situation, right? Where all I had to do was certain acts, and dude was willing to pay me thousands of dollars for. Well, I'm gonna say thousands, but hundreds and hundreds of dollars for it. Yeah, you see. So that's what I'm saying. Being in a submissive state is like the easiest thing, because you submit yourself to that person, and that person have to be the leader. That person have to be the breadwinner. That person have to be the one to, you know, make sure you're straight, and you know, and yeah, just, you know, put you on the pedestal or whatever. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and close it. I was waiting on Uncle Guns to come up, but I don't think he's gonna come up, man.
No, he said he's not going to come up. He doesn't want to log into YouTube. I mean, was it Google?
Straight.
It was something to go with Google to get on to the live. He didn't want to do.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to drop off anyway. I'm out here in Houston for my family reunion. We getting ready to go to Papados tonight. Yeah, I've never been to Papados before.
What part of Houston are you in?
I have no clue. Ronan, are you in Houston?
I'm in North Houston. I'm up by the Woodlands. They don't know what the Woodlands is.
Okay, I'm at
the south part.
west, where the Embassy Suites Hotel off of Katy Highway. You know what that
so
is?
you're in Katy, Texas. You're off to the. As I'm looking down on the map, you're off to the east of me.
Okay, right. That's the host hotel.
45 minutes to an hour away from me.
Yeah, that's the hotel that's hosting our family reunion. This is my first time in Houston.
Hey, get you a brisket, man. Try some of that Texas brisket, man. You'll love it.
I've been trying to get my hands on it since I've been out here.
You mean your family won't take you to no barbecue pits? What the hell is going on?
That's what I thought when we went for our family picnic today. That's what I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't.
Papados has some good barbecue, but they also have a lot of Louisiana style fare as well. So
yeah, that's
you might be able to get some barbecue and Papados right along with some Louisiana favorites, catfish, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, some
And
good
so
crawfish.
that's what we're gonna check out tonight. And
Etouffee.
this rain y'all got out here. Oh my God, it's been raining since Thursday.
It's fucking ridiculous. And Katy floods. So you in Katy, Texas. So yeah, y'all can run into some flooding too, depending on how hard. But yeah, you missed the big one right after the 4th of July, man. It flooded. I had no power for a week.
Oh wow.
Down for a week.
We saw the down trees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's up with the power grid in Texas? Every time I look up the power,
there's one major power company down here. I thought they fixed it years ago before I left Kansas City, Missouri. So by the time I moved down here, I thought that it was rectified. But they have all these sub-country companies off of one major power plant and no redundancies within their power system. So when the power goes down, they can't just pop it right back on. That shit stays the fuck off.
Well, that's because in Texas they don't like paying
tree
taxes.
lines went down, so they're not trimming the trees properly, like in some other states. So yeah, it was a real mess. Besides for the flooding, which you would think if you're in a swampland type of country like Houston, southern part of Houston, you would build some kind of aqueduct or something to where you could have good drainage in those low-lying areas, but they don't.
That's because y'all.
And here's the thing: Houston
y'all don't have income tax.
See, I'm gonna talk bad about Texas because I ain't from here. I just happened to move down here. A lot of tax advantages for veterans, but they're talking about everything's bigger in Texas. They have like maybe the 3rd largest economy in the world, or even in the United States. So you would think everything would be high end, high stream, high everything, bruh. These guys act like they're still in the Wild Wild West. It's the worst infrastructure I've ever been in all the states I've lived in. And I've lived in states from Baltimore, Maryland to California and back to the Midwest again.
Yeah, that's because they went to
the worst state I've ever lived in. Worst.
I've been seeing some weird shit out here.
Yeah.
We were driving over to where they were doing the family luncheon today. Saw 3 full-grown dogs sitting on the corner. No human nowhere around them, no leash on them. I ain't seen no Roman dogs in about 20 years. And then on the way back, we saw an accident, right? We saw an accident.
Yeah.
The tow truck drivers was over there. The cops was over there. Yo, these tow truck drivers was rolling dice by the accident. What's going on out here?
What?
They was rolling dice. What was they doing? Bro. Rolling dice to see who gonna tow the car?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I like I said, there's certain places I don't even go in Houston. Like I said, I don't unless I know people. I ain't going there.
I mean,
that's why I live up north. If you ask your people in Katy, how's the Woodlands area? Is a more affluent area. You know, I don't go to the city unless I have to, bro. That's a 50.
Hey, Ronnie, your boy Fearless out in Houston, right?
Fearless, yeah, he's in Dallas. He's in Dallas.
Yeah,
like Frisco area, like Dallas. He's in a suburb like me. I'm in a suburb of Houston, even though they're considered Houston.
Hey, Ronnie, there's one question I want to ask you before I end it or let somebody else talk. Right. So the stream you did talking, the last stream you did talking about when you had Fearless on the panel or when the host or whatever, bro. I think I seen it where he was talking about his wife said that he used to be aggressive towards or whatever. I wanted to super chat the question, but I ain't gonna lie. Honestly, I just fell asleep. You feel me? I had to be off work or whatever. But what was that about? I always wanted to ask about that.
So what was going on was we had a co-host that we used to have on the show. Her name was Maya. And Maya used to come on shows for almost a year. She would be from Lion's Den to the Andrew Show, back and forth. She was a good person to have on the show and get a female point of view. We all told her she should have her own podcast. You know, ultimately, there were some things going on in the back chats and real life that she started getting angry over some things that were going on through some personal relationships she had. But it would show itself on the lives with certain people. Like she attacked Fearless for a while. Then once her and Fearless kind of made up, she went on the Andrew Show a whole bunch of times and started digging on Andrew and getting all up in his shit. You know, so finally we just said, we're done with dealing with her. So she goes into Zed's channel and starts talking all this shit about us three. You know, and then starting lies about how Fearless abused his wife. when he doesn't. His wife loves him to death. So after a while, his wife was like, yo, we got to say something because this is getting ridiculous. So it was really his wife pushing him to say, we need to do a reaction video to all this shit that she's saying on Zed's channel. You know, so that's what that whole podcast was about.
I was watching it one night when she was.
That chick was lying on this dude like that. That's wild,
literally
bro.
lying on all of us. Yeah, on all of us. We hate black women. You know, all my sons are black. My ex-wives are black. You know, I have a granddaughter that's black. Why would I hate black women?
This Buck Travel dropped off
of shit.
Buck Travel dropped off the he dropped off the panel, but and I actually texted this to a friend of mine on Facebook yesterday because she said you've been talking this rhetoric for about 2 years now. Black women this, black women that. I said, listen, we don't hate black women, and we don't hate black women. We hate black females. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Blackout channel. I can't remember his name. The YouTube guy's name in the channel is the Blackout channel.
Right.
He says these aren't black men. These are black males. So the same thing on the female side. These aren't these hood ratchet ass mop wearing fat stomach with their belly sticking out of a half shirt.
Yeah.
These aren't black women. These are black females. There's a difference.
Now, I don't say all that, women. But I'm just saying I don't have a problem with black women. I've never had a problem dating in the United States. I just recently started dating a chick overseas, and we'll see where it goes. But I've always had a chick with me. Even when I started traveling, I take sand to the beach. I got guarantees. I don't go shopping with shit I don't know about. You get what I'm saying? So I've always moved that way. So she could never say that about me, but I just got heaped in with everything else once the shit started rolling downhill. You know what I'm saying? So finally we got fed of it with it. And that's why even when you hear the Andrew show, that voice at the beginning of the Andrew show of her cussing us out and all this other shit, that's her. That's her. Wow. That was the same woman that jumped over. I mean, Ozzy's seen her in Buck Travel even goes in the fucking Zed's room. We're banned from being on Zed's panels. We'll let Zed come in our rooms. We'll let her come up on the panels. We don't have any problem with Zed or anything like that. It's not fucking personal, man. This is fucking YouTube. You get what I'm saying?
Thank you, Megatron. Right, accountable commentary.
Right. This is YouTube. And if anything else, if you feel like we said something wrong, you can always come up on the panel and say what the fuck we said wrong. I'm man enough to say I'm wrong, and I'm man enough to say and stand on my fucking 10 toes down. You get what I'm saying?
She banned y'all from her panel, and she still lets Buck Travel up in there.
Oh yeah, but a whole bunch of other people go up in there. They jump around our rooms. I know we have spies and fucking ops in our rooms.
And
they follow us around and stuff, but that's beside the point. It's just ridiculous on the assumptions that these people have when they have full ability. When they have full ability to jump up on the panels anytime they want. We have never blocked anybody out of a room. You know,
Buck went up there. Buck went up there and was calling her all kind of B words on her panel.
Yeah. Well, for some reason we're banned from being on panels on her show. But again, that's not her show anymore. It's now managed by a guy named Chris. He goes by Maroon Tiger. You know,
she got a dude managing her. She got a dude managing her show.
Oh yeah, there's Simps in that room, bro.
What? I don't
protect
see,
Zed
that's
at
what,
all
hold
costs.
on.
They protect Zed at all costs. You don't know that? They protect Zed at all costs.
I don't really know much.
Zed is a deity to these dudes, man.
I don't really. I know who Zed is, but I don't know much about her. But I mean, coming on like you talking about it right now, it's like what? I don't understand. Like she got dudes.
Yeah, man. There's all kind of strange shit in these YouTube streets that you got to find out about, bro. You still
they think they're gonna hit it. They think they're gonna hit it.
Background. I don't know if they think they're gonna hit it because Zed don't like black men. That's another thing. She's a feminist, staunch feminist. She only dates white men. She just flew to London just to go out on a date with a white man.
Yeah, but she be coming on YouTube kind of twerking a little bit.
She twerked on YouTube?
Yeah.
I seen her.
I seen
No,
her.
Gans, they must have deleted that shit because somebody would have clipped that shit up real fast.
She didn't. She didn't twerk to the point of really bending over, shaking her butt. But she got up and she got up and she walked around like she was showing off her body.
Oh, okay.
Yo,
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
literally what we
everybody
was talking
clowns her
about
because she
earlier,
does not get
man.
on cam. She does not get on cam. She does not do shit like that. So, the fact that
Yeah,
she
she
was
didn't.
actually
She didn't show her
twerking,
face, but she
I was
showed
like,
her.
holy
She didn't
shit.
show her face, but she showed her body.
If she doing
That's
this, she
because
must be a
everybody talks about her.
butterface.
She's a little insecure about that. But yeah, she's all about
be a
women's
butterface.
empowerment. She's all about black women getting paid every time they lay down with a man. She doesn't want brothers to stay in the United States or appropriate. She don't want black women to have children by black men. She doesn't want any of that shit. So that's her.
Man.
That's her. And look, here's with all those negatives, we will still let her on our panel. But if we go in our room, they're so intimidated by us, we can't even get up on the panel.
It's just a matter of time till they strike her down because you seen what they did to the other chick. What's her name?
Cynthia G.
Cynthia G.
Well, see, they've kind of calmed it down. So her main hunting point was she was obsessed with Austin for a while, and then she has these little obsessions, little by little, with Fearless at one point. Now it's something else that's going on that she's really obsessed about, but usually it was always over Austin. And the name of the channel was, Keep Africa Passport Bro Free. Think about that.
It sounded like to me she liked Austin. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know.
A lot of people accuse her of
what I
that too
said.
because she know more about Austin than most.
Yeah.
But it was all based on the fact that he was going to Africa. Now that he's going back to African again, now it's a whole nother issue again.
I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't know she had dudes managing her whole her account, and she was on some feminism. Like, I don't care about women wanting equality, but at the same time, man, like it gotta be balanced to it, man. You trying to dominate and take over.
Feminism. Yeah. Feminism is some nasty work. Yeah, bro.
It's kind of like
feminism back in the day was cool, man, because dudes was beating on their wives and stuff like that. Certain things they fought for, understandable. But I think this the third wave of feminism. Yeah, they taking it to another level where they want to completely dominate and control, bro. That's nasty work.
Well, let me tell you something. If this woman gets in as president,
who come on?
Oh, I forgot all about all that. That's a whole nother can of worms, bro. Like,
He said, I don't know if I want to go to that.
It's to a point where we can potentially have a female president, bro. Like I'm now I have another reason to just go and leave America, bro. Like, man, this is wild, bro. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Is there anything you guys want to say before I close it up?
We go into bounds and liberties that we don't even want to go.
I mean, there's just one thing that I do want to say real quick. That when it comes to I don't have an issue if a woman wants to be president and she gets the votes. I don't have an issue with that. I'm not going to say every woman, as long as she qualifies for the position. I don't have an issue with that. Like I when I was in the Army, my sergeant major was a female. One of my sergeant majors, and I ain't gonna lie to you, she was a damn good sergeant major. She had more balls than some of the dudes, in my unit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she was always on the road as sergeant major, always on the road in that 915. Getting blown. She never got blown up, but she was always putting herself at risk. You know what I'm saying? We had a male first sergeant. That when they told us that we weren't going to receive a replacement company for a gun truck company, they were going to redeploy. This unit had finished their deployment, and they weren't going to send any replacements for this whole company. For those of you who don't know what a company, that's 200 people, and we weren't getting replacements. So there was talk about using us, a headquarters unit, as a gun truck company. Man, you had so much pushback. The first sergeant, he actually cried. The man cried to his wife, talking about, I don't want to go on the road.
Motherfucker.
I swear to God, I'm scared, and I don't want to go on the road. Was crying. And here go our female sergeant major, always on the road. Even the damn battalion commander, the Lieutenant Colonel thru came out and said, why does she have more road time than
That's
everybody
fucking
combined.
embarrassing, bro.
That's what
That's
I had said.
embarrassing. Y'all let that shit happen?
Hey, I was at that time I was a PFC. You know what I'm saying? So I don't run as a PFC. Don't run shit. You know, but
That shit don't happen in Marine Corps, bro. It don't. That shit will
that's
never happen.
dude.
These
That's what I
motherfuckers are
was
gun
saying.
ho. These motherfuckers are gun ho to run in front of bullets just to get fucking medals, bro. I'm sorry. We don't do that
Yeah.
shit.
Yo,
Yeah,
I want to say something right quick. I don't like if you a person. Well, I say if you a woman in that type of position, being the president of the U.S. Me personally, I don't think she's going to be the ones. I think people are going to be behind her, pulling her strings and manipulating her into pushing a certain agenda. You know, like who was the last Egyptian ruler? Who was the last Egyptian ruler? Was Cleopatra, right? Like the last Egyptian ruler
Officially,
before.
who the last one was?
You
but
mean
yeah,
you
there
mean
was a couple
Pharaoh?
I think
female.
Cleopatra was the last one before the Egyptian empire went to SHIT. So
Yeah, I think you
I
mean
don't know.
Pharaoh, the last Pharaoh.
Well, yeah, the last pharaoh. Yeah, I think it was her.
She
So,
might have been. I don't know, because I know she
y'all,
had her brother killed. She had her brother killed.
Yeah.
I remember that. But I don't know if she was the last one. I know she died. She did self-deletion with Mark Anthony. I don't know if there was a pharaoh after that.
So, player with a passport had a question, and I don't want to necessarily go into it, but how do y'all?
McCall had a question for you too, but it's long skip though. What's his name? Club James. He had a question for you. He just asked if you
with the
stay.
German chick, Suraya. But yeah, I lived in Kansas City, damn near since I was 8 years old. So it went from Johnson County to Wyandotte County to even living in Kansas City, Missouri. I've lived on both sides of that fucking river. So I grew up there until I joined the Marine Corps and went out to California.
Okay.
So just to answer the question that somebody asked about Kansas City, and then with player with a passport, and the German chick that's married to the brother that's now getting a lot of air. I've been following her for about 7 months now. I've known about her for 7 months. She speaks a lot of facts, and to brother's defense at that, when it comes to dating abroad and not necessarily just dating poor women, because German women are not poor. German women are in a developed country, and they do love brothers over there.
Yeah.
Well,
Ask a whole bunch of your army buddies that were stationed over in Germany how well they were received.
Yeah, I heard a million stories about that.
I got a cousin who'll be in Germany next year. Actually, I got to talk to him. Me and him was supposed to go live because he's been to a couple of countries in South America. And actually today he was talking about Paraguay. So me and him going to Papados tonight. So I'm gonna see where his head is at. And I just might go live on that. So stay on the lookout. Because he got a lot of knowledge, way more knowledge about traveling to different countries than Austin Holloman. And he's in his late 40s. So if you want to tune in, you'll be getting some knowledge from a man who's traveled the world extensively. Right. And he got some real knowledge, not knowledge from a guy who just left out of his teens.
It sounds like don't none of y'all mess with Austin like that no more. Everybody been giving him pushback on that.
Megatron confirmed it. He was born in Germany. By the way, Style Kings, he was also born in Germany. His parents were, he's a military brat as well. I don't like using the brat part, but he was born of a military family. Megatron was also born in Germany. Same thing. Parents were in the army. So there's a heavy army presence in Germany. And believe me, those people appreciate us being there, and they don't have a problem with brothers being in that city.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think I'm gonna
go
jump
ahead
off
and wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump off and get ready to go out tonight.
Can you drop your channel real quick? Somebody just asked for it. Dr. HP Black PhD.
Hold on. Give me a second. Because I gotta go back to YouTube.
Yeah, it's okay. Take your time for a second. What's up, player with the passport? Joining the panel.
Man, join. I was finna just when you joined just in
He
time,
snuck
too,
in.
bro. You don't even know you joined just in time because I'm like 30 seconds away from closing the stream out, bro. you
Hey, I
joined
wanted
just in time, man.
Hey, that's why I jumped on real quick, man. Shout out to Big Gains. Hey, man, real quick, Big Gains, man. I see the progress that you have made, my brother, with your weight loss journey. Ooh, wee.
Thank you.
Big Gains. I mean, I don't know if there's if y'all got some type of siren or something, but man, if y'all seen Big Gains transformation, it's Big Gains is the truth, man. So salute, flowers, roses, the whole nine.
Nothing wrong with getting your health on track. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you. I got 20 more pounds to go. If I can get down to 200, I'm 53 years old. If I can get down to 200 pounds, I haven't been 200 pounds since I was in the 9th grade.
200 pound, bro, man. I'm 160, man. I got you beat. I'm 160.
You
baby.
underweight.
Yeah, listen, I ain't trying to go. I ain't trying to go down to no 160.
Wait. How tall are you? No. How tall are you? How tall are you? That matters.
Yeah, you underweight like a motherfucker if you barely 160, bro. You need to put some damn. Yeah, you need to get some weight gain on you, bro. You underweight.
You extremely skinny. I know how big you are, bro, because I'm the same height and I was 175.
I'm 6'1". God damn it. There's no way I'm gonna weigh 160. Hell no. I fought at 155 and I dropped from 191 to fight at 155 weight class for Golden Gloves. I know what that weight looks like. Hell no, not at 6'1".
I definitely know.
Hey, according to the army, as long as I'm 145, I'm good.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you were double diet private. They had you in double rations and shit, trying to put some weight on your ass.
Hey, real talk, man. My last deployment, I almost failed weight, man. I weighed in at like 146. My last deployment. Yeah.
Man, how you get so, man, what did you do? You just don't eat? Like how did you pull that off, bro?
You want to know the truth?
In the gym.
He ain't in no gym. Don't lie for him, James. He ain't in no gym. That motherfucker is not in the gym.
I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me.
Yeah,
I was in the gym.
Definitely,
I was 300 pounds. Now I'm down to 220.
That's good. That's awesome.
In the gym, intermittent fasting.
Yep.
Still eating a lot of I still eat some Popeye's chicken, but now I'll eat 2 pieces instead of 4.
Okay.
Hey, listen, hey, Big Game. Hey, listen, Big Games, man. He looking certified. He looking certified.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I said the man ain't playing. He looking certified. I said, all right, man. All right, man. But man, I wanted to jump on the panel, man. I don't want to be
old and man. I refuse to be old, bro.
What you mean you refuse to get old? You gonna get old?
No. I had to stop myself because I wanted to let him finish speaking.
Yeah. You got to listen now. I want to hear it now, man, because I think everybody up here at least 45 and up.
I get where he's coming from.
I was saying, wait a minute. I was saying I refuse to be old and like overweight is what I'm saying, because I don't want to be like 60 in my like 50s and 60s and 70s and not be mobile and healthy. Like I got $500,000 in the bank, but I can't really do no fun activities because I'm unhealthy. I can't even go up a flight of stairs. You know what I mean? I can't do activities with my significant other because I'm so unhealthy. So that's like my biggest thing. So yeah, the older you get, you definitely should monitor your health more and
absolutely
become more healthy overall. But
eat better, worry about the shit you're putting in your mouth. Definitely.
I think the older you get, it's actually harder for some reason. Like when I was in my younger, like when I was 25, I could eat whatever I wanted and not gain no weight. But now, even though I have like muscle tissue and stuff like that, even that's not enough. Like even then I have to control and watch what I eat. You feel me? So yeah, it might get to a point where I might just have to eat 1 meal a day,
I mean, that's part of intermittent fasting as well. It's just keeping your intake in a certain time of day. I used to do an 18-hour fast, 18 to 20 hours, and I would cram in my dietary needs within a 4 to 6 hour window.
Another thing is too, during this time of year, well, Ronan, probably down here in Texas, y'all probably get watermelons more than we get them in New York. But this time of year, from spring, summer into the fall, there's days where I eat nothing but watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon is really good for people. They don't realize it.
Yeah.
Get the
And
do not get seedless watermelons. Those are GMO. Nothing GMO.
Yes.
They have to have the seeds in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the seedless watermelons, they don't provide any benefit for you.
Yo, I used to not like watermelon because of the stereotype that was attached to watermelon, but now I eat like
when niggas, we ninjas,
exactly
because we ninjas and we like chicken and
watermelon and chicken. Now I eat 3 watermelons a week, three full body watermelons a week. That's what I eat. So
and them same white folks who was talking about watermelon and chicken, they eating watermelon and chicken.
Exactly.
Shit, you remember a couple years
you guys
ago
eat the pork and we'll eat the watermelon.
Hey,
you remember a couple years ago that my bad, go ahead.
As a matter of fact, last night down in the lounge, there was this white guy talking about, y'all remember back in the 80s, we used to get that government cheese. I want to get me some of that cheese. This white dude talking about that government cheese back in the days.
Hey, that government cheese that shit was off the chain though back in the day, man.
That government cheese was off the chain.
Dude, when you melted
it was right.
When you melted it too, you heated it
good
up.
Grilled cheese and also good mac and cheese.
You heated it up, Darnell. That cheese didn't melt.
Yeah, it didn't melt, but you heat.
Hey, yo, I wanted to jump on here, man. Because there was, that German
Turn your mic up just a little bit. Play.
Okay.
Really low.
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me better now?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Nah, man, but this I've been my man been trying to get me to Germany for years, right? And say what?
Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now my man been trying to get me to come out to Germany for a long time, right? And so, when this chick popped up on the scene, you know what I mean? She been getting a lot of flack or whatever. That is what it is. But cats don't understand, from what I've been told, man. These females these females in Germany, man, cats be breaking them, or they be getting broke. You know what I'm saying? Because even the
Germany, Australia as well. Go to Australia.
Yeah.
Brothers don't even know anything about Australia. Go to Australia and see if you ain't well received over there, bro.
Yeah, man. Because I didn't heard my man was telling me about cats, chicks breaking them off with businesses, almost similar to the situation. Remember the dude Obstacles and Opportunities was up on the last panel, Ronan, and he was talking about how that Japanese family wanted to hit him off with like 200 unit. Whatever.
Yeah, Obstacles.
Yeah. I like him. But anyway, man, that's how them chicks over in Europe is breaking cats off, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like for real. And my dude, he retired military. You know what I mean? Yeah, we met in the oil field.
We
know.
know.
And I was like, nah. He's like, man, you need to come on over to Germany, man. Come over to Czech Republic. And at that time, I was still young mentally. You know what I mean? I was just
Germany, Poland. I mean, bro.
Yeah, man. Cassie,
and Austin and James are over in Turkey striking out and getting mad. I don't get it. I don't get it. Austin and James are over in Turkey having issues.
Who is James?
James, the overly aggressive motherfucking panelist that sits on and woe was me, talking about everybody got a problem with him.
The dude that I paid $200 for Razor to kick him off the panel because he was talking about.
Oh shit! You got $200 to kick him off?
Damn, bro.
Yeah, he must have really got on your nerves.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It was. I donated 100, and then 100 came in from other people, but it was $200 to get him off.
Oh damn!
I know Razor took it too. I know Razor took it too.
He hasn't been back up on Razor's panel since. I think he got it out for Razor.
Man, I don't understand how
why.
Cass
It is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
I don't understand how Cass is losing like that, man. Because they go on. Cass is
he's prior Navy too, so I don't get where his attitude comes from. But he's had a tough life, so I hope it all comes out in this book and he gets some therapy, because he comes.
That's what it means to
panels
be a
and
man.
his
too.
energy is there.
You said they over in Turkey?
Yeah, they're in Turkey right now. Both him and Austin.
Okay, yeah, man. I heard that they
James ain't doing nothing but clout chasing off of Austin.
I heard that Turkey, man, that excuse me. I heard the pickings in Turkey is on point, man. I don't understand how Cass is losing anywhere, honestly. You know what I mean? I don't understand how they losing anywhere.
My
And I ain't just
thing
talking
is,
about
if
them
it's
two
James,
specifically. I'm talking about in general. I don't understand how Cass can lose, man.
But player, even your boy and anybody that's been in the military, you think Germany is the only place they stayed when they got on leave? They went all over the fucking place. You think these brothers weren't getting nothing in Turkey? Of course they were. Come on, man. If you going over there and you striking out, you the problem.
Yeah, man. I got one of my best friends I grew up with is Greek.
None of these places these guys are going, no military person has not already been there and done something. Unless they mark.
My cousin I was with today, he's like my older brother. I kind of look up to him. And he was in the Navy in the 80s. And he was talking about his stays over in France. So brothers done been some places in the military.
Yeah,
man.
We poured all over the
wanna ask
world,
you a
especially
question.
the Navy. You go into the Mediterranean Gulf, you'll go up highlands. They poured all over the place, bro. There's no place we have not touched.
I knew a cat that was a contractor in Qatar that was winning. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So cats is winning everywhere, man.
Yeah.
I want to ask a question. Can
Listen,
this James
I'm
guy?
gonna jump off, fellas. I gotta jump in the shower. Play. Thanks for having me up. Play with a passport. Holla at me.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, Gaines, I'm proud of the progress, man. Keep it up, man.
Yeah,
I'm cheering for you,
congratulations,
and I'm
brother.
toasting cigars in your name, my brother. Believe me.
Health is always a great
Thank
thing. That's
For
more
sure, man.
valuable than anything you can do for yourself is your health.
All right,
Sure,
thank you.
thanks
Y'all
for
have a
coming
good
up,
rest
bro.
of your weekend.
You too, man. I don't want to ask y'all a
Gaines came a
question real
long
quick.
way.
This James guy, right? Like you guys said he was in Turkey, I believe. Him and Austin's in Turkey, right?
Yeah.
So can you pay for sex in Turkey? Because I'm like, why don't he just do that instead of just complaining? Like it's maybe he
I don't
can't
know about the
get the
brothel
chicks how he
situation
wanted.
in Turkey, but they're a Muslim country, so
It
Oh,
doesn't
never
matter.
mind. No.
It
You shouldn't
don't
be trying to
matter,
get
man.
anything in Muslim countries anyway. Like what?
No, but that's
that
not.
type of culture.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't been to Turkey, but I have been to UAE. You'll see Iranians. They be selling themselves. You see a lot of
well, they import a
Uzbeks.
lot of their pussy. I mean, sorry, goddamn it, I'm so sorry. They import a lot. They
that's funny.
I'm so sorry. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Good, man.
They import a lot of women from all over the world. You catch it in Dubai, you'll catch it in everything. That you notice that a lot of these chicks are from European nations, they're from Asian nations. They fly them in.
Yep.
So you don't have to worry about touching their women. They bring in women for you.
Yep.
And chicks
For
from
those
Europe,
things.
chicks from Europe is solid too.
But
I
if you know where
up in Chicago, I had she was from Ukraine. You know what I mean? She stayed out in what's the name of that suburb up there in Chicago? Fuck, I forget that suburb outside of Chicago. Anyway, man, she was from Ukraine, man. She was a soldier. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think brothers just we underestimate, I guess you want to, white women because they're white. You know what I mean? But what cats don't understand is that these females from these other countries, they not American white. You know what I'm saying? Like they a different
No, they are
different
not.
animal. Yeah,
Yes,
they a
are
different
not.
animal, man.
They don't come with those prejudices as much.
Right.
Now, it is true what he said that women will around the world will always prefer their men first.
Right, of course.
As a standard. But then after that, we're also in the pool. But like I was telling you with Australia, there's just as many wealthy people down there, and they have a special program. Uncle Guns could tell you. It's called Adopt a Sailor, Adopt a Marine. When we're there, we usually port for a week to 2 weeks. When we're in Australia, we actually get some time there. So during that time period, they actually have a program where about 10 or 15 Marines and Navy guys will sign up, and what the families will do, they call it the Australian experience. Depending on where we port, it's either on Perth side or Sydney side. You will port, they will have those families there. They'll pick up their Navy guy or their sailor or their Marine, and they'll take them back to their home and give them the full Australian experience. But really what they're trying to do is their fathers are trying to marry off the daughters to American men.
Oh,
because
shit.
Australian men are so rough in their nature and abusive to Australian women, they would prefer American men as an advantage to marry their daughters off to. So just like obstacle was getting set up by Japanese women or Japanese family, Australian families prefer foreign men to marry their daughters.
Hey, Ronan, set me up. Hook me up.
Go on over to Perth. Perth is the softer side too. You don't even have to go to Sydney. Go to Perth side. Perth side is like a small country town, man. Really nice folks. I dare say when I was there in the 90s, it felt like we were in the 1950s. That type of mentality, but you had the technology of the 90s back then.
That's probably where I would want to go. If that's the case.
You know.
I don't understand.
Here's the thing. You know how we hear an accent when they talk?
Yeah.
They hear that same accent differently. Our accent, our language is an accent to them.
Right.
So they hear us speaking and they're getting turned on just as much as we are getting turned on by their accent. Bro, they're like, God damn. They're like melting in their seat hearing us talk.
Right.
Because they think we have an accent.
Right.
Yeah, I guess
I don't
it makes
understand.
us
I don't
different,
understand how
right?
cats don't win, man. Yeah, I don't understand how cats ain't going to these different places and
Well,
not
cost
winning.
is another factor. A lot of these guys are trying to travel on a budget instead of spending the money. Quality comes with value, and you got to value the way you travel.
That's deep.
In order
That's
to get
deep
the
right
type
there.
of quality
That's
women that
deep.
you want, you got to spend. What does it say? It takes money to make money. It takes
100%.
money to find good quality women. You're not gonna find them on a budget. You dealing with
100%.
budget chicks, that's what you get. You deal with
100%.
quality, you want quality, you got to put out some money. You got to stay in a better area. You got to surround yourself or build your circle with better people.
Yeah, you got to know where to you got to know how to place yourself in the right environment, man. So you can catch what you're trying to catch, man. Like to me, that shit is just it's 2 + 2 = 4. You know what I mean? Like it ain't
Common.
It ain't
Yeah, you would think that was common sense, player.
Yeah,
but we both
man.
know
It ain't, man. You know, it's just it's a shame. It's a shame that I see cats going out the country, man, and they just you know, they continuing to lose, and you know, because at the end of the day,
but
man,
they losing the chicks that ain't even worth their time.
Right. Talk
they
about
wasting their
it.
money on chicks that ain't even at their level. Like we tell them, you're going overseas, you're already on a different level. Like I said, it's classism. It's not about your skin tone.
Right.
You travel on a whole nother level. The minute you step off the plane, you're already boosted up to the top 5%.
Right. And you know what I noticed, man? Cats, like, man, the presentation of cats, man, they got to step up their presentation, man. You know, dudes walking around doing their best impression of a rapper, man, trying to look like a fucking rapper. It's like, yo, man, like you need to step up everything. You gotta take it to another level.
A pair of jeans and a button-down front shirt, man, that's professional enough.
Yeah, I
Low-key,
knew a dude in
little,
I'm sorry,
little
Roland.
sports jacket, maybe at night on the evening if you're going out to a nice little restaurant or a rooftop bar, get you a lot further.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, my thing is, if you in shape, you look good no matter what you got on, man.
You said what now, homie?
Yeah.
I said, I said if you're in good enough shape, like no matter what you're wearing, no matter what you're wearing, you're gonna look good. So that's what I promote, man. You don't necessarily need all this designer stuff, you know, the gooey and
not really designers. Yeah, nah, homie. Not
don't have to
designer
be
shit.
design, yeah.
Yeah,
because a
I'm
lot
just
of those
talking
chicks
about
ain't paying attention to designer clothes. They don't look at that.
Yeah, I'm just talking about
can't even
you come
afford
in
it, or
looking
most
clean.
of them think they're wearing knockoffs. Look at a lot of these Asian nations, man. They got so many knockoffs. They can't tell the real shit from the fake shit. Who cares?
Yeah, you come in clean, man. Nice pair of jeans, nice shirt, maybe some Chelsea loafers. You know, I knew a dude in Medellin, man, older cat, white dude. He was like 50. He was like 56 years old. What's the name of that clothing brand? Is it Panama Jack or something like that?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Is it like from Banana Republic or something?
Nah, not Banana Republic. Like it'd be up like in Macy's and something. Anyway, man, that's what he used to wear. Just cooling. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about the cats, man, coming down, man. They got the fucking, they got on. They got on that one. They got on sneakers that you can only wear with one outfit type deal.
Tommy
Like they're not
Bahama.
clean. Tommy Bahama.
Yeah,
Tommy Bahama.
Uncle Guns came out with that. Tommy Bahama.
Yeah, Tommy
Yeah.
Bahama. But just cats just need to.
That's
step
a
up their
coordination outfit right there. They got the tops that match the bottoms and the cross coordinated. I'm like, you doing some Garanimal shit with Tommy Bahama.
Tommy Bahama.
Yeah,
But it
man.
works. The whole thing is it works though.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and it's a
universal-
tropical
universal
casual
appearance,
type of
man.
outfit. Yeah.
Yeah, cats coming down there with they fucking.
You know, in the Philippines, they dress normal, even though it's fucking hot as hell. You can't get away with just wearing shorts and fucking sandals in the fucking Philippines if you're wanting to appear to be in a certain class.
Right.
You just can't do that.
Right. Right.
Dress to the level that you want to mix with. If you dress them like somebody coming from the hood, guess what? You're gonna mix with them, and anybody of any kind of standing that you're trying to get with, they're not even gonna look your way because you're not even dressed appropriately in their culture.
Exactly. I got a little my homegirl Sophia, her little boy, Caleb, good young man. You know what I'm saying? He's I met him when he was 10 years old, and man, he was cleaner than dudes, man. I took him to the store. I'm like, yo, Caleb, I'm gonna take you to the store, man. I'm gonna hook you up. You know what I mean? And I took him to the Adidas store, like, yo, Caleb, man, get you some. He's no, I don't want Adidas. I said, man, you don't want no Adidas, man. You don't want no Jordans. Yep, man. He wanted to get him some like nice little casual shoes with some jeans. He got the little button down shirt with the sweater tied around his neck. I said, damn, boy.
Right.
You know what I'm
He did the
saying?
whole preppy look.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was clean. I said, shit.
Let me read this thing that Megatron said. He said, but if you're Jay Rillo, you're trying to travel on other people's dime, or as they call it in the hood, fundraising. You damn straight. Yeah, these niggas are trying to try. And here's the thing, even with Jay Rillo, you traveling on somebody's dime. So you really shouldn't care how the budget is because you letting other people fund you. You should really be going for tens at that point. Why are you fucking around with the low class chicks if you got somebody else spending somebody else's money? That even let you know how he thinks.
I don't get it.
What's good, Pablo Escobar?
Pablo? What's up, Pablo?
What's going on, Ronan?
Pablo Escobar, what's up, buddy?
Chilling. So I wanted to address the brother that asked the question, was sex available in Turkey?
Please do.
Hey, man.
I know you want to put some shit out there.
The world's oldest profession
True.
is everywhere.
Facts.
To prove my point, I dropped a little link in the private chat. Ronan, do not play it. Because
why
they will.
Why you got to tell me not to play it? What the?
Well, I mean, I don't want you to like share it on your channel because they will give you a strike for it because I tried it. Trust me.
Okay. I'm gonna put this in my Google.
You can watch it
doc.
on your
I'm
own.
gonna put this in my Google Doc, and I'll watch it later.
Yeah, you can watch it on your own. It is a documentary about the imams, the holy men in Iraq.
All right.
What they do. The imams, so Iraq's had a lot of wars. They had war with Iran. They had the Gulf War, and then they had the second war. With,
the WMD war after the original Gulf War. Yeah.
So they had two Gulf Wars, and then they had the war with Iran. And
that was a 40-year war. Yeah.
What has happened? A lot of the women have been left widowed, or they're single women, and there aren't enough like men to go around. Right, and they don't have the same opportunities that Western women have for work and stuff. So what the imams do, they take these single women and they pimp them out. If you want to go to the imam and you want to have you want to have a lady for a night, he will sanction a marriage for the night for $300.
Yeah, they do that.
Is that what they call it?
Marriage
not $300.
That
not
stays within the
$200.
Muslim religion. That stays within the Muslim type of belief that they have. So you can lay with a married woman and then get divorced the next morning.
Right, but it could be a night or it could be 2 hours.
Yeah. You said
So
2 hours.
it is considered what they call halal or blessed by God, that the imam sanctions you your marriage for the night.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
No, that's
pay
a true
the imam
story.
and he takes his fee. You pay the imam takes his fee, and he give the girl the rest. What that sound like?
Pimping.
Pimping.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Man, that's wild, bro.
That definitely
Yeah.
sounds
Hey,
Thank you for clearing that up, Pablo, because I was not sure about Turkey. I don't know how that worked, but that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, Pablo, let me ask you a
To
question
keep
right
it all
quick.
legal, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
So I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna go ahead and close the panel out. So Ronan, you gave your answer. Player with Pep, I don't know if you gave your answer or not. And Darnell, you gave your answer. So what is your opinion about the topic that I have on the panel, about women having it easier than men?
It
You wanna
depends
add
on what
anything?
what dynamic you talking about?
I mean, just in every facet of life, you feel me? Whether it's from, dating, whether it's work related, just
Provisioning,
anything you can
living,
think of.
existing, dating,
He said
sexually,
exist.
all of it. I mean,
no,
seriously.
no, they don't have it easy.
Okay.
A matter of fact, I think it's definitely harder, because think about this. All of their value is they're either born with it and they have it, or they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, they only have a certain amount of time to use what they do have.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you and I can build our value over time. For example, for sure, and I think I'm a fairly handsome guy, but nigga, I get more baddies. I got more baddies over 40 than I ever did in my 20s.
Talk about it.
Facts.
Because I have more money, more access to the rest of the world, and to more places and things than I ever did in my 20s. So that alone sets me apart from women who are my counterpart. Most women who are my counterpart at my age, they cooked. They are cooked. They don't look as good as me. They're not as fit as me. They don't have the same options that I have. Nobody really wants to bang them. It is. Well, I won't say nobody, but they gotta sell it. You know what I mean? They really gotta sell it.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, from a dating perspective, I think men, excuse me, men are under the impression that they don't get the same favor that these females get in the dating perspective, from a dating perspective. You know what I mean? And I just find that guys, they don't ask. You know what I mean? Guys, I hear all the time on these panels, well, they got access to millionaires, and they can get guys to fly them out the country, and they can get guys to do this and guys to do that. Men, we got excuse me. Men, we got the same options, but men don't ask, right? Men don't ask, man. I come around, yeah, homie. I come from around cats, man, that could hit a chick for their rent, that could hit a chick for her credit score and a down payment. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I've seen it on the opposite end. You know what I mean? But do they have like an overall? Is it easier for them overall? Yeah, it's easier for them overall, but men can get it just as easy. But we wasn't trained. A lot of men wasn't trained, or they never seen it enough to believe that it's even possible or real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
I agree with that.
yeah, I didn't. Man, listen, bro, I didn't hit chicks off, man. I didn't broke some chicks, man. So it's definitely there, but we ain't seeing it from the man's perspective. Everything is always from the female's perspective.
Yeah, like I said, I think women have a shelf life kind of like the milk in
He
the
said a shelf
in the
life.
grocery. Yeah, it's the milk on in the grocery stores. It's got an expiration date. Do not buy it. Do not sell after, and then got the date on it. So I think when they're young and hot and everybody trying to get at them, they got it easier, but they better use it wisely.
Right.
The clock is ticking.
Yep. About to spend the gold wisely, you know.
Right. But as men, we got to remember we got it too. Like we definitely got it. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got it. You know, we gotta.
I believe we got it, but we have to
it.
like learn. Yeah, like we have to go through that trial and error process in order for us to like learn what we have. You feel me? Or to like build ourselves up or whatever. And you said Pablo Frescobar. I 100% agree with that. You know, like women, you know, they value eventually go down, especially when they don't have the when they're not able to produce eggs anymore, you know, to bear children. Like they lose significant stock, about 40%, in my opinion. You know, but a woman can they can keep up their attractiveness, but it might be a large majority of men that might disqualify them just because they can't even bear children anymore. So,
right,
yeah, man.
Yeah, but the problem is they become a depreciative asset. It's like, you know what I'm saying, a car that, you know, back in the day, I mean, it was a good car, but now the car got, 15 years old, and you know, it's developing leaks, and it gets to a point where you're going to have to like replace it. Like, you ever replaced the seals or gaskets, in a car?
Yeah, they get old and crusty.
Yeah,
let's say what it is.
And what ends
you
up
can
happening
refurbish
is
the car and make it look good, but it's still a old and used car. So don't nobody want anything that's old. You know, you want the new. Yeah.
But that's what I was going to say, is you're going to wind up putting more money into the car than what it's actually worth. So I equate that to, when a woman gets older, yeah, she can keep her appearance up, but you're talking about the plastic surgeries and all this other stuff. That shit adds up.
All right, Ronan, you got anything you want to add before I close it out, man? I'll let your comment be the last comment. I'm gonna close it out.
You did a great job. Everybody brought out their points. I actually said it earlier, and Pablo confirmed it. You know, while men have to acquire their assets and their resources, and it takes them a while to build up, women actually have to try to preserve their beauty over time. And not only do you have to preserve their beauty, at some point, they lose and hit the wall, and now they can't be a woman that can be reproduce. So then she becomes, even though she might be beautiful, she's still not at that higher sexual marketplace value, because now she can't give birth to children. So it's always going to be a lose-lose on a woman's side, where a man can always continue to rebuild his assets, even if he lost them all due to some freak accident. He can always start again. He can start reacquiring assets, reacquiring his resources, build himself back up to where he now holds a higher place on the sexual marketplace value, even as an older gentleman, and still get somebody younger that's viable in the sexual marketplace versus a woman after she ages out and after she starts to lose her beauty.
Facts, man. Buck, is there anything you want to add before I close it out, bro?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, I kind of disagree with the topic of the video. Do women have it easier than men? I would say no, man. Because women go through a lot. They go through, periods, cramps, emotional ups and downs. Getting dicked down by random dudes. So I wouldn't call that.
They choose to do that.
I would call that having it easier than men. So. I wouldn't say that, so I disagree with that statement.
Don't tell Go Broad that, he got 300 body count.
See, for me, like a guy can have 4,000 body count, and as long
I would say that sarcastically.
And as long as he come out clean, mentally he's gonna be okay, right? You can't say that the same thing for a woman. If she goes through 4,000 types of dudes, you got fat old guys to short Korean guys.
But let's be clear, Buck. Let's be clear, Buck. Let's be clear. That's a woman's choice to go through those 3,000 to 4,000 men that you're claiming. because women have access to sex, men have access to marriage. So let's be clear, those choices are made by her specifically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and finish off what you're saying.
I was gonna land my plane over there, man.
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, man, I
Okay, man.
appreciate y'all having me on the panel, man. You know, even though I jumped in late, I kept y'all past y'all bedtime. You know, I appreciate y'all bringing me on, man.
But I don't need no milk and cookies.
You like Santa Claus?
And
I'ma holler at y'all.
salute, man. Salute. You be dropping gems in these YouTube panels, bro. Salute.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make it a single screen right quick. I'm gonna close it out. Yeah, man. I really appreciate everybody that came down. You know what I mean? Salute to y'all. Appreciate everybody, you know, for watching. You feel me? Yeah, you know, salute to y'all. Yeah, man. This was this was a topic I really didn't want to cover because I was skeptical. I was like, I don't know, how much pushback I'm gonna get. You know, I don't know what the people in the comments gonna say. I don't even know if my video gonna be able to stay up. So somebody might see it and want to flag it. You know what I mean? Because I think this is a sensitive topic. But regardless, man, like I love having these conversations, and these conversations definitely need to be had. You feel me? Just to get clarity and understanding. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, like I said earlier. And yeah, man, stay tuned for the next live. Peace.